Yo, 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 welcome in. Take notes, grab them pens. Welcome back to another episode of the Honorable Marvin Coop Show with the host, Chef Mar. No lie, I'm that guy. And I got my brothers with me, man. Listen here. I know it's been a year, but he's back. The great, the king, the myth, him. Put some respect on it, how Birdman said. RESPECT type respect on his name. Mr. Rome, JC Rome. What's up, bro?
What up? First off, I wanted to say I'm tired of you and Ragu Sweat.
Really?
Like, I should be like an honorary brother of this. Like, don't y'all, when I went to Ragu Sweat the other day, oh yeah, it's been like two drafts, 2 years. Then this nigga, oh, it's been like, why are y'all doing me like that? Like, you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
sorry.
Like, we all intertwined. We all one. Don't you know what I'm saying? Like,
We
I am
are.
family of both of y'all shows.
We
I'm big
are.
fans of both of y'all shows.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sorry.
don't do your boy like that.
I just
I'm
gave
just
this
saying,
nigga the greatest introduction. He just shamed
I
on
know.
me.
I was
but no,
like,
no, no.
But I get what he said.
Look,
I get what he said,
but
y'all.
I thought you, I thought you was speaking to
it's
LeBron
with
or something.
love.
I
It's
get
with
what he
love.
said. It's that
I love both of y'all to death.
right,
I
but
appreciate
we
y'all,
we got to do better. We got
and
to
I'll be
do better.
one. You know what I'm saying. And to be fair, I've been on Coop head pause about being on this show for a while and doing some hip hop shit. It's
Yes,
been
yes. I'm sorry.
probably almost a year since. You know what I'm saying? I have been
Yes,
on them
yeah.
about it. So don't put it out there like, oh, it's been a year. Like, nigga, I wanted to be here. And I'm here. And I'm excited. Uh I'm like a kid in the candy store with this type of spit. So
This
I'm glad to be here, man. Let's get it in.
Damn, so y'all just seen little bro check big bro like that. That's
Nah,
crazy.
it's not
No,
checking. It's
I
not
know, I
checking
know,
at
I know.
all.
No,
It's
I'm
all
just playing.
love.
I'm just playing. This is that. Hey nigga, I love you, but do better. Do better.
Yeah.
I'm honored. That's all I can say.
It's all
I'm
good.
honored. And
You my guy. You
what
my
a better
guy.
day than right after Turkey Day. I'm thankful
Yes,
for my brothers right
I'm
now.
thankful for y'all too, man. And then we got my other youngin, a brilliant sportsman who wanted to put his foot in the game with the hip hop as well. He's done good with the basketball and football somewhat, but he wanted. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm sorry. Jay Will, I'm
Damn.
sorry. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jay.
you said my spit was bad.
I'm just playing.
He get the LeBron debate.
Damn.
I'm Andre Drummond or something.
He said, "Nah, I'm just playing. Listen here,
Sheesh.
y'all. These are my brothers right here. My show wouldn't be nothing without them." And I got a fun story after Jay Will speak his spit. So, Jay Will the third, welcome back.
Man, like again, it's great to be back. Always good to watch. I love this podcast. I love what you got going. I'm always
Appreciate
training
you.
both of you guys. I hope you continue to grow and grow and grow. New Year's right around the corner. I'm a young guy, but hip hop is one of those things that is timeless. I'm still learning. It's a lot. It's a lot of music, a lot of hip hop that I'm
Yeah.
still, trying to learn, trying to listen to, trying to give my thoughts on. So, it's one of those things where, as a black man, it's always an interesting thing to go through.
Well, JC is gonna be co-host, so we're gonna put you to work today. So we're gonna put that knowledge to work.
Where your boy at?
Which one?
Who's 16?
I'm talking to Coop. Yeah, where's Mr. West Coast, East Coast?
Oh, he
I need to talk to that nigga. I
he's
thought he was gonna be
actually
here.
in the hospital. So just prayers up to
Oh,
him. Yeah, he
prayers
got
up.
he got a lot going on. So 16, we
Prayers up,
love you,
brother.
bruh.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
praying for you. It hurt me that I had to hear you like that.
You
So
know what? I'm praying you get out the hospital so I
so he
can
can
talk to you
so he
again.
can
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? I want to talk to you again. So get up out of there, brother. We praying for you.
Yeah, JC got a lot to say to you, man. So speaking of which, y'all, I wanna tell you a story about me and JC. I met this brother 2021. Flex, shout out to Flex again. And he actually, we did a show, and JC was actually one of the first people to help the show get to 5K views. So shout out to him. Him and Flex get their flowers. That was my first ever 5K episode. Then we kept the friendship. We got friends on Facebook. Then we exchanged numbers. So here, people, is I had to go digging for this. This is my Ultra 21.
Damn.
And the first time I talked to this man was early 2022, y'all, on the phone for about 2 hours. First, it was about me probably rolling up there, and it was around the time where his show was about to begin it, and he wanted me on the show. And I was going to actually roll to the Super Bowl. He said, nah, nigga, that shit expensive. Leave it alone. There is not one conversation me and JC had that it did not turn into some hip hop, y'all. I swear to God.
Facts.
So we talk all the time, and then we hung up the phone. I'm like, he rap. I just said it. I just said it. I was like, he rap. He do something for him to just bring up
I
some
forgot about that story.
for him to bring up some hip hop to me. I was like, he rap. He gotta rap. And then more conversations had throughout the year. Then 2023, I'm on Facebook just bored. I see another all grind page, and I clicked on it, and my man is rapping, got a video and everything, and I was like, I knew it. I told y'all. I was like, my man, you killed that song, by the way.
That
Congrats.
that
That
nigga
was
brought that nigga brought something up to me about rapping. I was like, what the hell? I said, how the hell did you
yeah.
know that?
That's why I was like,
Because I thought I buried all that shit. Like I
you
wouldn't even talk
didn't.
about that shit no
You didn't do a good job at it, bro. Because I'm sitting here looking like I was like, because when I hung up the phone, I was like, he got to rap, y'all. I was like, he just got to have. And then I seen that, I was like, oh, I knew it. I knew it. And I was like,
You did tell me that.
he was spitting. He was spitting. And then I seen another video you have posted too. Rest in peace to your man who just passed. You had the little
Oh yeah,
kitchen.
yeah,
I was
yeah. My
getting
boy
that
Smurf.
cheddar. I
Yeah.
was getting that cheddar. I was like, this dude JC should have kept going.
Yeah, I think that
I was
was.
like,
I ain't gonna
yo.
lie, Coop. I think that was when a lot of people in my life, like especially like people I
Yeah.
met in the last 6, 7 years. That was when a lot of people was like, "What the hell?" Like, you used to rap, like. But I
Yeah.
posted that when I posted that, like I said in the caption, it had nothing to do with music. It just kind of
It was,
personified
yeah.
me and my boy's relationship.
Yeah.
And the people, I don't know, whoever listens to the audio version of All Grind.
Right.
I actually always had one of his clips as like our intro and outro.
Mm-hmm. Did he fools?
Freeze for a second.
Shit. Yep, he froze.
For y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. You got froze a little bit,
Was
though.
that me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
my bad,
froze.
my
You
bad.
good. You good. You good.
Um, but yeah, so what I was saying is, so yeah, like on my audio version of the All Grind Sports Show,
Mm-hmm.
my boy Smurf is on the intro and outro, and it's actually been like that well before he passed away. So it was just
Right.
like a crazy coincidence. And then I ended up kind of finding that clip in the archive somewhere because I used to be on YouTube. And he actually directed that video that we
Damn.
did.
That's what's up.
Um, and I won't get into the story of how that song came about. I'll tell y'all about that off camera because it'll take
Okay.
too long.
I
But
got you. You
but
good.
yeah, that was my brother right there, man. So
Mm.
rest in
Smurf.
peace, Smurf.
Rest up, Smurf, man. So that's me and my man's story here, man. Like I said, every phone conversation that we had, like hours of conversations, y'all.
Facts.
It would be like, hey, you want to be on the show? Yeah. Then all of a sudden, how you feeling? Good. How you doing? How little man? How wifey? How the family? How your daughters? How this and that? Hey, everybody cool. Cut the small talk. What you want to talk about, bro? Who? What? It was either like. Here's the crazy part. It was either from him thinking I was a Cleveland nigga, him thinking New York politics,
Definitely thought he was
LA
a Cleveland
politics.
nigga.
It was so much stuff that I think it's different categories. Me and Jason. I think we even talk about some president shit before. So
For
it's
sure.
always it
No,
was
with
always turned into some hip hop. Like
people.
every conversation.
People see me talking about the sports spit all the time, but if you really pay attention to All Grind, you'll see a lot of little hip
Yeah,
hop references I do because I be feeling deprived, like
yeah.
because I don't want to take away from what we're trying to accomplish of
Facts.
what the standard is, um, and I do wish I had some type of hip hop platform weekly type of spit because that's what I do anyway. Like Coop just
Yeah,
said, like Coop's not the only one. I got a lot of day ones I get on
yeah.
the phone with and we talk hip hop for hours like it's no tomorrow. So like I be loving when I get to come and do spit like this.
I got you. They will. What about you? Like, what brought you to the hip hop? Like, what was a song or an album? Like, what brought you to the hip hop game?
That's a great question. I
Okay,
would love
so
Oh,
to.
you next. You next. I just wanted to get you next
That
too.
is a beautiful question,
so
BJ.
Yes.
so growing up, my dad was a big like hip hop guy. His
Yeah.
main two people, or he messed with a tribe called Quest, and then there was other, Eric B and Rakim or Kim, and that's kind of who I. That was like the first, I guess, rap song that I can remember like listening to because it was one of those things where like we get ready for school and we
Yeah.
used to sit in the car because it'd be too cold outside to to stand outside, and he used to always play like that one song, Microphone Fiend,
Oh,
No
shout out to
Joke,
them.
those two
Yes,
songs. I
That's a
mean,
great place to start.
it
we
is. That's a wonderful place to start.
But like
Uh,
I was probably like 7 years old. I didn't really pay just heavy mind to it. I probably didn't get into hip hop until I was probably like seventh grade, eighth grade. And
mhm.
Hmm.
ironically, Coop, because I know you're gonna laugh when you say this, that was the first time when I started listening to Big Sean because he had just
Gotcha.
dropped a song called "Sacrifices" with Migos, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. So I was like, let me decide. Let me
Oh
just
my
skip through the
goodness, bro,
album.
you are aging me right now,
Yeah,
bro. One
and
of
that
your
album was
first Sean songs was Sacrifice?
"Sacrifice" was the first one that I
Oh
kind of
my
like remember.
gosh.
Woo!
So then I was like, okay, let me look through the catalog. Let me let me see the album it was in. And that was I Decided, and I was like, man, I really, really love this album because I feel like it related to me as a person.
Yeah.
So that kind of put me on to like my first little taste of hip hop. Before then, I've heard tracks like Mercy because I mean, that's kind of like an iconic
Yeah, of
song
course.
forever. The
Yes.
common. But I Decided was like the first real hip hop album that I remember listening to front to start to finish.
After Coop asked me, can I give our first topic based on what he just said?
Please. Yes, sir.
Okay. But I'll let y'all finish first. I'll just remind me.
Oh no, go ahead. You
Because I don't want to deter the
no, you
conversation.
go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, was you good,
All
Jay
right, so you
Will?
got same question for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll do that first.
Mhm.
Mine is real simple, bro. Mom's actually, and I don't know if I told Coop the story before, but mom's actually had a relationship with. I don't want to say relationship. My mom was an acquaintance with Tupac.
Yeah.
She used to work at Thrifties and
Yeah,
Pac
you did tell me
out in
this.
Sherman
Yeah.
Oaks, and Pac used to actually come to that store to get like wraps and zigs and cigs and all that spit, whatever he needed. I guess it was close to somewhere he had some type of spot at or knew somebody over there.
Yeah.
So over the years, they had a recollection of each other or whatever. But my mom wasn't into rap at all, so she really did not know who Pac was like that. The people
Right.
that worked there did, but she did because my mom did not listen to rap. The rap that she did listen to was like super positive. It was like Houdini, Curtis Blow. Like
Yeah.
that was her. That was her
Yeah.
rap when she did listen to it. After when the turning point happened with the gangster rap era, I think that's kind of turned her off, and she never really looked back after that. Even though she loves Snoop, which is crazy, but that's it. But everybody loves Snoop. That shit
Yeah.
don't count.
Everybody.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't know what Jedi mind trick Snoop has pulled on everybody for him to beat a murder charge, and this nigga is like America's dog.
Hero
Like
now,
I
right?
don't get it.
I
But
never
anyway.
understand that. Like they have him on like TV shows in Germany, and I'm like, how did Snoop get all these connections?
Bro, I remember my son was like 7 years old, bro. I showed him a picture of Snoop just on some random spit. Like, hey, do you know who this is? And he was like, oh, yeah, I know him, and named a couple things he knew him from. And then came to me. I swear this is a true story, bro. Probably like a couple months later, he randomly came to me. I didn't know Snoop Dogg was a rapper.
That's crazy. Yes. A lot of
So
people don't
this
know
is
that.
the popularity of this man we're talking about. This little nigga was
That's
born in 2015. So yeah, just to give an insight of that. But anyway, back to the story. I
Mhm.
know I could have
You
sidebars
you
easy.
good. You good. You
So
good.
because of that, when Pac passed away, it affected her. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
she's be honest, a little square. You know what I'm saying? So, but that hit her to the point where it's like, I remember that dude who used to come into my store. So she saw Me Against the World after he passed away and bought Me Against the World.
Mhm.
At 5 years old, I end up seeing Me Against the World amongst all these other CDs. And I remember like it was yesterday. I looked up at her when I seen that. I said, "Mom, who is this?" And she said, "Tupac Shakur." And she didn't give me no backstory or nothing like that at the time. I just asked her. She gave me his name. Like, that's the rapper, Tupac Shakur, whatever. I went to listen to that album on my own.
Mhm.
And when I tell you, bro, it was like, oh man, like it was the first time I listened to somebody through the speakers who 100% understood me. It's like they were speaking directly to me, which
Yes.
is crazy for somebody who wasn't even living anymore. Like he was literally speaking my story. Like, and I was a kid at the time, but it was some of the environments I grew up in,
Yeah.
me growing up not having a father at that time. Like I can go all it was so many things that aligned or things that I stood for, that it just resonated with me to a whole nother level. And that's why Pac is to me the greatest rapper ever and my favorite rapper ever, to this day. Even with all the hip hop I've learned in between then. Pac is what led me to want to do more research into hip hop. Like
Yeah.
before MySpace and Facebook and all that spit, I would go to the library, get on the computer, Google Tupac, as many facts as I could about Tupac, which eventually led me to Tupac versus Biggie, which
Mhm.
led me to, it just transitioned to a whole bunch of other stuff that I ended up researching. Death Row, Junior Mafia, Camp, you know what I'm saying? Just a
Mhm.
whole bunch of other stuff and that led to where I'm at now. So I'm actually glad to answer that because a lot of people ask me like how I got so into hip hop and how I know it the way I do, especially having a mom who didn't listen to it at all. But that was pretty much what it was. My mom not listening to it forced me to probably want to look into it even more. But ironically, the first hip hop album I ever picked up was from her. So it's
Yeah.
hella crazy, bro.
Damn. So across the earth, there was you picking it up. There was me also picking up Me Against the World, the cassette. And my pops had the
Mm,
white monster. I'll never forget it. And I just remember I lost a friend. One of my classmates had just passed away. And like I said, I'm six. I don't know what's going on. Then the Lord Knows song came on. And I just started crying,
I get it.
and it's like, and then my dad was like, when you get older, you'll understand. And I listened to that tape. I stole the tape from him, actually. Sorry, Papa. I
Who you
did say,
telling?
yeah, I stole
I
the
did
tape from
that.
him.
Just for the record, that album never got back where the stereo was ever again. That was in my
Exactly.
room.
It,
Like,
it, it went to my room. You are absolutely right, bro. And then not just that, as I get older, like It Ain't Easy became one of my theme songs to like,
yeah.
versus the old school is my favorite Tupac track, like top Tupac track of all time. I could never
Oh
go like
wow,
a day without listening to that. I need
wow,
to. This is like a
that's
song
big.
to where you get up, like you either go walk, shower.
Mm,
Old school is in the rotation every day, y'all. And I'm not
okay.
bullshitting you. I could pull my phone up. It's on each playlist I have. So from Me Against the World, and people may just like laugh. Only Bill for Cuban Links from Raekwon was like, because he actually came to the neighborhood around that time when
Hmm.
he dropped that tape. And then I'm like, why is his tape purple versus everybody else's tape like gray?
Right, right.
My brother was like, just be quiet and listen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I definitely say those two albums drugged me in. Like, you
Speaking
know.
of tapes, she also had outside of Me Against the World, she also had a tape that had four songs on it. And it effed me up. So I actually got a funny story about that too. Because
I know that tape you're
on one
talking
hand,
about.
I think I told you the story. Like, so on one side, you had, I believe it was How Do You Want It
Hmm.
and Two of America's Most Wanted.
It was Silver America's Most Wanted. How do you
And then on
want
the
it?
other side, it was California Love.
And
And there was this little song he did called Hit 'Em Up.
yes, that
So I
was
heard Me
crazy.
Against the World going from Dear Mama, So Many Tears, and Death Around the Corner, and How Do You Want It, California, all these songs. And then remember, mind you, bro, I'm no older. I am no older than 6, 7 years old. I promise you.
Right.
I promise you I was no older than that. And I hear hit 'em up for the first time, bro. And when I tell you I was just sitting there stuck, jaw to the ground on like, what and who did I just hear? That's not Tupac.
That
Like,
wasn't
who
too.
the F was that? Like, what was that? Like, I was stunned. And I'm kind of glad I heard it like that because I didn't even realize I got a gist of like why Hit 'em Up is looked at the way it is all time. Because I've asked some older niggas like why is Hit 'em Up looked at the way it is, and they all kind of said the same thing, that it was the
Yeah.
shock value of it. That wasn't really normal at that time for
No,
for people to be that vulgar on a diss track.
man.
Um, and little did we know that kind of set the stage for, now we're kind of desensitized to it. Most of diss tracks, the more vulgar you go, the better. But at that time, that wasn't normal,
It sure
especially for
wasn't.
pop. You talking about Brenda's Got a Baby and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, keep your head up, like all these positive, motivational,
Exactly.
touching your spirit records, and you do hit them up, like so. Yeah, like that kind of had left me stuck, but it also was Pac in a nutshell. He was all of those things in one. You know what I mean? Like nobody
Facts.
was wrong on whatever their interpretation of him was.
Speak. Sorry, Jay. Will, we know.
No, he good. Look,
My
it's
bad.
just so
No,
funny,
he's here
bro.
to
And
he's here
look,
to learn. He all
look,
right.
Yeah.
look, look, you know what's so funny, JC?
That
Because
that's why I always tell people take notes, grab a pen because I know I have a younger audience. Because even like when my babies watch the show, they be like,
Yeah.
"Damn," they be like, "Damn."
Now
yeah,
they're gonna go do their Googles and stuff. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Go Google. Your
yeah.
Spotify kids. You know.
I was just about to say, because I
You
was like, JC was using the word tapes, and I'm like, man, I've never
also
had
y'all
actual tape.
damn
Like, all the music I listen to is off
At
the.
least,
off a phone.
so you never even had the CD era?
I mean, well, we did, but we only played it in like the car, But other than that,
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask him,
you know what
JC.
though? I think the era you're talking about, probably not too long after that. Honestly, a lot of cars that was built probably didn't even have CD players anymore, to
Yeah, I
be
was gonna
real.
ask you, have you
you
ever
said
burnt the
honestly,
CD before? I was gonna ask you, have
Do
you
you
ever
even know
burnt the
what that
CD?
is to burn a
Yeah.
CD?
no, I see. I've always heard people talk about it, but I mean, I've never had to like,
Wow.
do
Yeah.
anything like that.
So you don't know the Napster era
I've
errors.
never had to use a cassette tape.
Cause
Never had to use
Have
any
you
of
damn.
ever
them.
heard the term LimeWire?
Yeah, I've
No.
heard the term LimeWire.
I was about to say,
Is that like a it's like basically like where you have all your music, kind of like in Apple Music, but you have to actually like put the music in there and
no
Nah.
LimeWire?
So
song. We had to download it song for song.
yeah, so we would go, yeah, exactly. We would go to LimeWire, type in like what song we want, have to decipher through all these different
Yes.
songs because we trying not to give our computer AIDS, which we
Yeah,
did anyway to our parents'
Exactly.
computer. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
mama. Like,
Sorry, Pops. Yeah, I'm a bad.
but yeah,
that's great.
effing our parents' computers up because we trying to get songs that we got to download individually, like Oop just said, and then put them songs on our iTunes. And then, I mean, if you
Yes.
did have an iPod Shuffle or iPod or something,
Yes.
excuse me, then you
Crazy.
could put it on there. But before that, it was CDs. I actually was selling CDs for a minute. Like when I
Mhm.
was in high school, I took for a little second. You can ask Norm. Norm used to buy CDs from me because he had a car. He a little older than me. He had a car first,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah.
he used to buy CDs from me and give me a. We would give somebody a list, write down every song we want on that list,
Hmm.
and then we would make the list for him. I used to sell them for $5 a pop.
Man, you
Yep.
know what's crazy, JC? I always hear like certain rappers say they be selling CDs. I'd be like, how true is this? Like, how
Bro,
Man,
common
that
was
was how that was how a lot of niggas that's legendary from our era, that's how they got on.
that's how they got on.
You
that?
started off, if you ever heard the term selling out the trunk?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
you selling CDs out the trunk. That it was almost impossible to get on without doing that first. Cause it wasn't no internet. It wasn't no
No
social media. You had to get word up. Do you know how Birdman got on? How Master P got on? Them niggas got on from
tapes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna give you Birdman specifically because I could speak to him probably more than P. Birdman was buying out his own CDs. So he would burn up CDs, whatever, put together the little Cash Money click, whatever they was
Mhm.
called at the time,
Yeah.
and Birdman would buy all them spits and be passing them out to where he wasn't even really selling them for real. He would sell some of them, but he was buying out his own CDs and he was buying them in bulk. he was buying a bunch of CDs and the
Hmm.
cases in bulk. So he was getting labels' attention because they're like, who is this that keeps selling all these CDs out and all these tapes out and spit back in the 90s? They're like, who is this? How they keep
Hmm.
selling this out? So he already had their attention before they even heard a song, just from buying that spit out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That probably wouldn't work now, but
Hmm.
that was a very, very real thing, Jay. Very real thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Damn, you just had to be there, like
I
JC said
still got I
it.
still got CDs from when I was doing music. I to this day I can let me see.
Man, I got a whole CD book, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna look real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I used to sell like it called bootleg where I was at
Yeah.
because when I would do it, they were if you wanted a mixed CD, that was five. If you wanted the album, $3. You know, three for two for five type of deal. I'm gonna tell you this though, when the Black album came out, because everybody really thought that was gonna be Jay's last album around the time.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I had so many people in high school asking me for that. Oh, you got the Black album, right? You got because you the little nigga got the two for five. That's
That's
how I
because you from
bought
New
my.
York, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
It
Yeah.
made a lot of sense, bro. Because that's
Ain't like,
how
that's
I
smart
bought my first sidekick. That was a phone. Like it was a phone, like old phone. That's
hustle.
how it was. I was able to get two sidekicks, some kicks. It still had a little money in my pocket. So yeah, I was the man in high school, especially like me being a freshman, because everybody knew my brothers and my sisters and stuff. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, that's Big Coop, that's Mario Coop little brother, that's Angel brother, that's Ebony brother. They was like, man, that's why I was like, yeah, I was loved in high school, bro. But man, like he just took me back to the 30 time. It was like you would be on that computer for hours, like burning this,
That's
reburning
what I was
that.
going to ask you. Like, how long is like the process to actually like make a CD?
It just depends. Mix CDs was like a while because you would have to like search a song. And then sometimes people would be like, I don't want the song where you will get the song where the DJ screaming. Or,
Mhm.
you know, sometimes you'll get that premiere song to where you will hear like Flex talking or God rest his soul, my man K Slade talking. You'll get that version of a song instead of the actual regular song. So that's why when JC said like Napster, LimeWire errors and stuff like that. Like it'd be certain songs. Like sometimes you'll get that premiere song where you'll hear a DJ on there like, "Oh, shout out!" You know, I'm like, "Nah, I want the regular version." So you'll have to go delete that song and try to find the regular song. So with me, I would try to like. I would download like a four or five of them at a time to see which one was the regular one. Especially like if you got to go get a new album, you don't want that shit on the album they was asking
Exactly.
for.
You
You
want
know
it to
what I'm
go
saying?
smooth.
Mhm.
Exactly. Because even like I just told you, when the Black album came out, like when that interlude came on, people was like, "Hey nigga," you know how many people brought that shit back to me? Hey nigga, somebody talk. K Slate talking on the interlude.
My
I was
uncle,
like,
my
what?
uncle, my uncle actually bought Black Album for me, and I remember I loved that album
Yeah,
so much. Somebody stole my first Black Album,
that's
and
crazy.
then I went and bought another one.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild,
but
bro.
look, so I couldn't find the All Grind mixtape. I had a mixtape called All Grind. That's where the name derives from. It
Right.
started out with music, right? I couldn't
Hmm.
find that one, but I did find my first mixtape ever right here. I
Man,
got Next Volume 1.
Okay.
that's
Shout out to my
how long ago was that?
man.
This is from 2009, I believe. 2009 or 2010.
I was say that don't even look like you. That's crazy.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
yo.
throwback for real, bro. The CD
Damn.
thing was real, bro.
They was
Most
real.
definitely. I was a part of it.
Part of
That's
the history right there. Shout out to that, man.
Y'all
That's
might be one of
insane.
the only people in my life who ever seen
yeah,
that.
That's a collector's item right there,
For
boy.
sure. For sure.
But
If
yeah,
I find the
Jay,
all grind one, I'll show y'all that one too.
for
Before
sure.
one of our next shows or something.
Most
I
definitely.
know I didn't have time to look full blown for it right now.
Oh no, you good, brother. So so Jay Will, who would you rank? I think I probably know the answer to this. JC, I got a question for you after this one. Who would your all-time favorite artist be?
Well, I already said that. It was Pop.
No, I'm talking about Jay. I'm talking about
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah, I said I was going. I got a different question for
Oh,
you.
all right.
so when you use the term artist, are we just talking rappers?
It's a hip hop show.
It's a
I'm just making sure because that's a vague. All this is a vague term.
why you like Brandy or Monica or something like that? Like,
I
I
don't
don't
yeah.
know
know.
nothing about neither one of them. Stop it, cool.
You gotta realize. So like,
Yeah, because you had a lot to say on that one picture I posted
You should
last
have asked that
Tuesday.
nigga about
Yeah,
Selena Gomez or
you had a lot to
Rihanna or
that's a
say.
little
something.
too,
Yeah,
that's a little too far.
yeah,
We gonna
because
talk about some more.
you had a. I know this. I know. Yeah, I know this is a hip hop show, but you had a lot to say on that one picture, Jay Will, or the R&B legends I posted, and JC
What did he
put your.
say?
You gotta remind me. What did I say?
I forgot what you said, but I remember JC said name two songs from each of them, and you couldn't
Oh
even.
Oh,
yeah.
he
What
says
was that? What was that?
Yeah,
What
it
was
was
about to
like.
make me
that?
look
What were
for
we
it now.
talking
Remember,
about?
it was like Brandy, Monica. Because remember, I
It was
had
like
the black.
last year.
He must have been
Yeah,
trolling.
he was trolling. Because remember, and then I came on your show with Janet on my background, and that's when you and Ragu
Is
had to
that how
get
me and
into it.
Ragu got in an argument?
Yes, that's how y'all got into it. Yes,
Wow.
because the disrespect Janet was getting on that post was kind of crazy. I was like, y'all tripping, man.
I feel like I gotta find that post.
Yeah.
I
So
gotta find exactly what I said. But to answer your question, that's why I
yeah.
asked artists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Mississippi, so I would listen to a lot of blues and stuff like that. I was gonna say Bill Withers, but if we're talking about just like rap
Right. Yeah.
all time,
There's no wrong way. Hey, shout out to Bill Withers, man. He has some a lot
Big
of.
facts.
I
Shout
Big
know.
out to
facts.
Bill. Shout out to Bill.
Icon.
I love Bill Withers, man.
Yeah,
A lot
Straight
of
icon,
sample.
bro.
Yes. Shout out to Bill Withers.
it's this is such a tough question because I feel like I don't like giving common answers because I feel like now that after all the chaos has kind of settled down, people are gonna feel like it's a common answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Kendrick Lamar is
Kendrick.
probably my favorite only because he kind of shaped about how I listen to music these days. When
Right.
before 2019,
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those kids who were like, I did not care for lyricism.
Mm-hmm.
If it had a good beat, if it was catchy, that was
Yeah.
the win-win for me.
Yeah.
And then I remember one college,
That's Norman. That's Norman, 100%. Growing up and right now.
yeah, so it was my like freshman year of college. And
Right.
I was just kind of walking around. It was probably like midnight. I was just, usually I just take my midnight strolls, just get my walks in, stuff like
Got
that.
you. Got you.
Still on the bench, and I'm just like looking at my phone on Apple Music because I'm just looking like what album I'm going to listen to while I'm walking.
While you walking?
See, first album I saw recommended was Good Kid, Mad City.
Mm.
At that time period, I was like, okay, I recognize some of the songs, but I've never like just listened to it. So I was like, okay, let me just listen to it. And
Right.
I remember just like sitting there on that bench, and the first song was Shireen's Daughter, A
Yes.
Master Plan or whatever. And I remember just sitting there thinking, I'm just like, okay, this is like a story, like this is crazy. And it was like, okay, I gotta listen to the next song to see what's going on to the next song. And like after that, it made me realize that rap is more than just a good beat. It's more than just, something that's catchy. Lyricism, that kind of shaped the way how I listen to rappers because now I really, really care about the lyricism aspect. I care about how you can break down bars and
Yeah.
stuff like that now. So I have to say Kendrick Lamar just because he kind of redirected my view of rap in general.
So the reason why I always ask people their favorite rapper of all time because, like I said, I'm a true hip hop head. I love this. I love music because that's always a follow up question with when I ask people this. So rating Kendrick Lamar out of 100 from lyrics, storytelling, delivery, his discography, his flow, his production, his consistency, his versatility, features, influence. How would you rate all of that? And what rating would you give Kendrick Lamar out of 100?
So if we're saying like all the factors you just said,
Yeah.
first thing I would like to say is that, for a lot of fans, um, quantity does not it's not better than quality. Quality is way better than quantity.
Hmm.
So Kendrick Lamar, he had a time period like where he just kind of didn't drop music. But there's been a lot of artists who just consistently drops tape after tape. And to me,
Yeah.
unless you're like Gucci Mane or Young Buck, and that may be a crazy name, I feel like you can't really get away with that. Yeah, I was kind of a little bit of a Young Buck fan back then. Don't judge me for that. But I would have to say. I feel like I feel like he's like a 95. Only because I feel like he has a pretty good discography. He has the hits. He has and one thing you didn't say, but to me it matters like how you perform on features as well. Are you the person who's always getting out rap? Or when you hop on the track, are you trying to take over somebody's song? Stuff like that.
That's a question I
Honestly,
got for y'all later too.
Yeah. So honestly, I may have to say like a 95.
95 out of 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I respect
JC,
that.
I'm curious your opinion on that, since you're kind of from the West Coast, because you're looking a little suspicious over there.
Um, nah, I'm just, I'm just peeping. I'm trying not to cut y'all off. I know I could be bad with that. Um, because there was a couple things you said that I wanted to jump in on. Um, especially that Gucci Mane spit. Like, I don't feel like it worked for him personally. Like, I thought that was one of the reasons why I thought he was underwhelming. Like, he just dropped a bunch of music, but I didn't think it was worth spit to me. Like, that's why I've always had Jeezy well above him. But I know the young Atlanta niggas feel differently now because I've spoken to a lot of them. So,
Mhm.
uh, but yeah, I'll leave that alone. Uh, I don't have a problem with anything you said regarding Dot. I actually used to, believe it or not, I wasn't the biggest fan of him when he first came out. I think I just needed to mature, get older. I thought he was a little overrated from a lyrical standpoint at first. And I also see I'm about to get into some more other spit. I was
Go
a
for
big Nipsey
it.
fan. I was a really big Nipsey fan. Even way back then. And I felt like a lot of the stuff that Kendrick got praised for, Nip was also saying.
Exactly.
I felt like Nip was putting in work on this spit as far as like on a broader, more mainstream scale than Kendrick was. And I found it a little out of pocket when Dre and Snoop and all of them crowned him as the king of the West, and he
Mm,
hadn't done spit yet when they said that. Y'all can go look up the video and timestamp it. I don't know if
yeah,
y'all remember. I don't know if Cooper remembers that, but
I do.
they crowned him the king of the West on stage while Nip was already moving. Like LeBron had, if y'all look back at the 2011 finals,
When
and
this is when he was
can
with the Heat, y'all.
when he was with
This,
Heat
yep.
in the Dallas series.
Hmm.
If you listen closely on his headphones, this nigga was listening to Blue Laces back in
Hmm.
2011. This is the biggest player in the game, or him or Kobe at the time. This is the biggest player in the game listening to Nip. Like
Right.
niggas was rocking with Nip heavy already.
Exactly.
Nip has songs on 106 and Park and all that shit. And I'm not saying he was like super big or anything, but I just didn't like how they kind of it seemed like some industry spit that they just let Kendrick just sidestep all of that
You
and
did.
say, "Oh, you're the king of the West." This is before GKMC or any of that shit. So I did kind of have a little resentment toward Kendrick and felt he was a little overrated. And if somebody digs on my page enough, you'll probably see me hating on him a little bit, talking a little spit. But as I got older, and as Kendrick got older as well, I started to have more of an appreciation of his content because
Yeah.
he did believe in a lot of the things that I believe in, and I do think it's fascinating at the amount of time he puts into his projects and really believing in the essence of quality over quantity. That's why he takes so long with his projects.
Yeah.
Another thing I kind of disagree with you with is the feature thing because there's a lot of features that I could tell he just bullspitting and trying to skate on for the sake of whoever song it is. I feel like more so when he does songs with people from this side or like the rapper, that's when he kind of gets in his bag. Like when he does a song with Game, when he does a song with Nip, or when he did that song with Dollar Sign. Like when he does those type of tracks, that's when you'll get the best version of him. But then you'll get, new Freezer version of Kendrick too. So, you know.
Crazy.
It always kind of seemed like he would like, kind of BS on certain songs like with Rich the Kids because he kind of looked at it as like, he ain't really got to do anything crazy on it because the original song,
Right,
he
right.
really, lyrically, you
But he
know,
did kind of snap on Goosebumps though. You feel me? And
I
that's not
feel
a rapper's song.
I'm not gonna lie, I prefer Goosebumps without the Kendrick Lamar verse. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, it just depends on how I feel. Like I'm not just all in on that feature, to be honest with you. It almost kind of seems out of place a little bit,
I
almost,
liked it.
to be honest with you.
I liked it.
But I'm
Yeah.
kind
Kendrick
of
definitely has
glad.
he has quite a few radio songs where I'm like, nah, nigga, you could have kept that or he didn't need to be on that. Like for perfect example, I can give you the perfect example. When Future had him hop on Mask Off, that was
Mm.
1000% not needed and sounded hell out of. You could tell that was just like some Nigga,
It
you
was
just
not.
wanted Kendrick on a song. Like,
That was
yeah.
just some overrated type shit. I ain't
I
gonna
don't
lie
even
to you.
listen to that. Like, if once I hear it's the remix instead of Future second verse, I'll turn that switch.
But it kind of felt like, because that's when he dropped Damn. That it kind of just felt like they were just kind of trying to push him more mainstream. So they was like, okay, hop on this song with
That
Future.
sounds about right. Yeah.
Stuff, stuff like that. Like New Freesia, that was not really a necessary feature. I really wouldn't expect something like that from Kendrick Lamar. I kind of just felt like that 2018 era, they were just trying to get him more and more into the limelight, even though it's just kind of crazy because he's kind of already up there in general. But
Are we
Yeah,
talking about are we talking about Drake and Dot today? Cool.
we might as well because the only reason why I felt like they gave him that King of the West Coast spit was because probably that Control verse that he did, where he was
It
trying to
was
like,
before that.
oh, it was before
Control didn't
that?
even exist yet. It was no Control. There was no GKMC. There was no
Really?
Butterfly. It was none of that. That was my
Yeah,
problem with it.
that was crazy.
There was none of that yet.
that was like Section
That
80.
was that
He might
was
have had Section 80. That might have been his only album at that time.
wow,
That's kind of
wow.
crazy to think of at that time.
That's fucked up.
Which
That's
what was
real
the
fucked
hit on Section 80? Y'all name it quick.
up. Hey, listen, I can't even name a hit on Section 8 for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me just give
Nipsey,
you
like
that.
I said, say what you want about him maybe not being the like radio guy, but he had a couple radio songs at that time. He
Right.
had the YG and Tiger Smash at that time. Um, Hustle in the House was getting circulated over here. I don't know how far it went past that. He had the song with Lloyd. These are songs that at least got played on Radio 106. Kendrick didn't have Jack Spit at the time. There was no Drake
No.
tour. There was no none of that yet at the time.
I never.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I didn't mean to cut you off. With the whole Nipsey thing, I'm gonna tell you this from my perspective from living in Mississippi. I kind of felt like when he passed away, it was a lot of people on this side, the East Coast, especially in
Mhm.
Mississippi, because I had classmates that were like this. It kind of felt the love towards him kind of felt disingenuous, and I say that because growing up, I might have heard of Nipsey's song, but I couldn't have told you who Nipsey Hussle was at the time period. I just wasn't,
That's
that.
fair.
And
That's 100% fair.
so he passes away. All of a sudden, I'm seeing I have a friend. I'm probably like 10th grade when he passed away. I'm seeing them change their profile to actually the same exact one that you have in your background. And I'm like,
Mm.
so okay, what y'all know about him? Don't know nothing about him. They just kind of saw a couple of quotes on Facebook with his picture on them, and they just shared it.
And Jay, to be
Yeah.
fair, you probably know most of the niggas in my sports group chat that I've been in since 2016. I think most of
Yeah,
them
I'm
are
kind of.
niggas from the group and spit. Ask them the first time they heard about Nipsey. It was before he died, but ask them how they heard about him. I was talking about Nipsey in our group chat all the time, long before they, wherever they was at. Remember, these niggas is everywhere: Australia, New York, Seattle, Texas. They all over the place, and most of them knew about Nipsey because of me. So I do feel you. Like I do feel like Nipsey didn't get the love he deserved, and again, that was part of the reason why I went so hard about Kendrick. I think I was a little resentful because I felt like it was a little. I don't want to say plant, but it did feel like you guys were definitely putting a lot of money and stuff behind him more so. And Nipsey kind of brought some of it on himself because he was talking spit about the industry model and F the middleman and how these labels is raping artists and all that. Like he was shaking the boat. So, some of it was on him to where it's like, okay, well, nigga, we're not gonna let you in, and that's how you
Mm-hmm.
talking about us. But he felt the need to do it the way he did it. It worked for him. But he also realized that you do kind of need them in some way if you really want to get your message all the way out there,
Yeah.
which is why he did that partnership with Atlantic before he passed away. So
Yeah, Nip. I met Nip back in '06 when he was doing the movie with Bone Thugs. He was in that movie called I Tried with Bone
yeah, I think you
Thugs.
told me about that.
They was filming that like in LA. And that's when I went to visit my cousin because my uncle was a security guard.
Oh wow,
I did not know he rapped though. So
got you.
I got hip to him 3 years later when Cuzzy Capone was in New York and he performed off one of the Bullets, like one of the
Hmm.
first little mixtapes that he did with Nip. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh. And then when I seen who it was, I'm like, that's the little nigga from
yeah,
the LA shit. I was like, okay,
facts.
okay. Then he was actually, and that's why I don't know people really understand like when I was listening to his music, I was like, he kind of like reminded me what Pac was saying too. He was speaking to me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm an East Coast nigga,
Yeah.
I love the West Coast music too. So it was just, I just felt like, damn, he got it. This dude got it,
What
man.
I don't like though, like I
Hmm.
understand like Nip, he wasn't as big as he should have been. I do agree with
Right.
that. But what I don't like is when people, oh, nobody knew who he was before he died. Nobody knew he was before he
Hmm.
died. Like he didn't have a whole Grammy nomination literally a month before he died.
That's crazy.
That's the type of talk I don't like.
Me neither.
Nobody knew who he was before he died, but you got every single legendary rapper and R&B singer in the industry, and I do mean literally, from Beyonce to Nas to Jay to Cam to Styles P, Jim Jones, whoever you want to name, every single person in the industry spoke on that spit, and not only spoke on it, but had receipts, text messages of them chopping it up with him, songs and lost verses they had with him.
Hmm.
Everybody's talking about spit that they was doing with him that whole time, but
Right.
nobody knew who he was. Like
That's wow.
that's the type of talk that I don't like. But I understand for certain people if they weren't aware, because I feel like in general niggas be hating on the West Coast. So why would they show Nip love like that? He wasn't really mainstream at that point. You know,
Yeah.
he was doing the independent pretty much from what 2011 all the way until Victory Lap dropped.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, like Nip is the reason why me and my cousin started the We the Colony clothing brand.
Mm,
One of the reasons why I wanted to get the No Big Deal brand off and stuff like
yeah,
that. The
same
marathon,
here.
like, it motivated me. So yeah.
All grind, all just a little fun fact. All grind came from a Nipsey song. He had a
I,
song called 101 on Crenshaw. If you listen to
mhm.
that, so he literally said all grind. But he didn't say it in the same context that I made it, but it resonated with me for some reason because that was his motto.
Yeah.
The marathon continues. It's to me, it's they like
Yeah.
twins. You know what I
Facts.
mean? As far as the mission of it.
So I don't want to turn this into no Noriega Q&A. I just got one Q&A for you, JC.
What up?
Pac or Nipsey?
Well, come on, get the F out of here. I'm not answering that. Why would you do that?
The
You
show
I'm
will
not
tried.
not
answering
the
that.
show the show will not go forward if you don't answer this
I'm
question.
not answering that, bro. That's like,
What?
bro, that's like asking to choose between your mom and daddy. Like,
What
what?
the fuck?
Like, and they both sitting right there.
Go take a shot of water then, fuck it. He said, I'm gonna go take a shot of
Cause
water.
Nip, cause Nip
I
said it
respect it.
himself. The Tupac of my generation. I don't believe Nip was Pac, but I do believe he's the closest that we've ever
Two.
gotten or that
Most
we ever
definitely.
will get Tupac.
Most definitely.
No pun
Uh,
intended.
no argument there.
This nigga cool, man. You crazy,
It
bro.
was like he was setting you up for that the entire time.
Yeah, like
No. I was okay.
you could at least said Drake or something. He gonna say Pac and Nip. What? The two, I ain't even gonna say rappers, the two musicians who've had more of an impact on my life than anybody.
Anybody, right?
Literally, they spit goes past music of what they've done for me. But so I just remembered though, because Jay Will brought up Mercy earlier. So just quick sidebar. Best verse on Mercy.
That was actually my next question, y'all. So here's a good question.
Okay.
Name me y'all top five moments to where rappers stole a song, like just straight stole
Oh,
the
you should have gave
song.
me time. Yeah.
Uh,
Damn.
and I ain't gonna lie, Mercy with Two Chains is one of them. Is one of mine.
I think he
Not
stole it.
gonna lie, I think Two Chains had.
Like a feature to where it's like people talking about the feature more than the song.
I think Two Chains stole Mercy a little bit, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one of mine.
Even though I think is one of the most overrated verses of all time, I would say Nicki on Monster.
Oh yeah.
Um, Obviously we was talking about it. Control also I feel is overrated, but
Yeah.
for your criteria, that was another one. Um, I would say I feel like it's kind of cheating to say Drake for anything because he's done that so many times. But the first song
It's
that comes to mind is Versace.
no Versace. It's not the
Oh,
cheat code at all to me.
Um,
That's not a cheat
well,
code.
because I could probably name like 10 songs Drake has done that on it off the top of my head. You feel me? So, that's why I say that.
I feel you, bro.
Uh, let me see what else. I would say feature race. Maybe Renegade.
Whew, man,
I'm trying to
that's
remember back because I know this was like 25 years ago now, but I remember that being a big deal.
that
And even
was
Nas said,
yeah.
white boy murdered you on your
Yeah, Michael, where did you want?
That was a big thing.
That was yes, I agree with you, bro.
Give Summer don't count, huh?
He kind of do. Not gonna lie to you, because it was a point to
Because
where
Bleak didn't say one word on that
you
shit.
didn't. They didn't even put. Fun fact: they didn't even put Bleak's verse on there. He
Bleak
had a
got a
verse.
verse for it?
He had a verse for it. They
Oh, I
did
didn't
not
know
put.
that.
That's why I'm like,
I was wondering. I thought that was just Jay just looking out for him. Like, let me just do this for your
hell
album.
no. He
Because
said,
that's
look,
Memphis. That's Memphis Bleak's song. So
exactly.
they left Bleak's verse off that
They
completely.
left Bleak's verse off of it, just like the Dynasty album. Bleak had a song on there by himself, and that was supposed to be on the Bleak album too, the Holla song. But Jay
Mm.
said, I'm gonna put that on the compilation album, which is crazy. But
Um,
I knew I was gonna hit y'all. That's why I was like, I'm gonna put y'all to work today.
and I know I'm gonna watch this back and be mad at songs that I forgot about. This was just off the top of
yeah.
my head.
I had to
Yeah.
like look. I was like, okay, let me see what I remember. Um, honestly, I feel like Control is going to be an easy answer, but saying it to me is overrated because of the impact it kind of had on rap at that time period. To me, is kind of crazy. Um,
I just felt there was a lot of see. We're gonna start this Drake Kendrick thing early because it kind of brings back some old
see,
feelings, bro, from before that beef even happened. Like I love Kendrick, bro. That's what people don't understand. I know, like the way I talk sometimes, it probably don't sound like it, bro. But I really love Kendrick, bro. If y'all watch my stories,
Yeah.
if you really recognize how many times I use his music, if you seen in my Spotify how much I listen to, like I love Kendrick, bro. Like I feel like he's one of the most important artists we've ever had, and definitely of this generation. And he speaks for me with a lot of his content. But I can also critique you for that reason, bro. Like I just didn't feel like that. Like I've heard Kendrick spit like 10, 15 verses better than that. Like where he was like getting surgical on the mic. Like I could like the Ty Dolla song I just mentioned. He murdered that spit. You ever heard that, LA?
I don't think
Probably not. Yeah,
how old
exactly.
is
That was like what, maybe 14, 15?
makes sense. See, yeah, that makes
Probably around that time.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever heard his song with Game on documentary too?
yeah, I've heard that one.
Have you heard The City?
The City on the Red
Mhm.
album, that was
You
cool.
telling me Control is better than any of those verses?
Well, I'm not saying when I'm saying overrated. Well, I guess it just depends on what you mean by the word overrated. Like, in what
When I
sense?
say overrated, I mean like I just feel like the game was so watered down in PC that all he had to do was say, "Hey, I'm trying to murder you niggas and make sure your fans never heard of you niggas," and that made everybody go into effing frenzy.
Hmm.
And probably because he called himself the King of New York, even though that was a wordplay on some West Coast bit that y'all probably wouldn't know. But
See, I more so look at it as okay, like the impact, not necessarily like just what he said. Like, and even outside of the Drake stuff, it kind of sparked like, okay, I was like, dang, like Lupe Fiasco felt away about it, and he wasn't even mentioned in the song, and he made a whole like diss about that thing. Mac Miller responded, J. Cole talked about it, and all
Meek
these
Mill
rappers.
dissed him back.
I just feel like it kind of started off like a little chain of events that made people start rapping a little bit more. That's why I appreciate Control a little bit. But to answer your question, because I did have to look, if you've listened, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Benny the Butcher and that J. Cole song, Johnny P. Caddy.
Hmm.
If you haven't, I feel like you got to go listen to that.
Yeah,
But
J. Cole definitely
J.
murdered him on
Cole
that. Yeah.
murdered that. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Eminem on Forever. I feel like he overtook that song when it came down to his part.
I think he had the best verse, but I wouldn't
Ah,
say overtook.
I don't know. All of them in their own way murdered
M
that
had
shit.
the best verse, but I don't think like he stole the moment to where like niggas don't barely remember
Because
anybody else.
here's the thing. Like a sprained ankle, I ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah,
I
that's
hear
me.
niggas use that to this
Drake got
day.
hella quotes in that verse.
Kanye,
That is true, but
every nigga on that verse, somebody still using something from that verse.
To
Like
this day, yes.
I'm forever, ever, ever. Nigga, no Kanye speakers still using shit from Kanye's. People still using shit from Wayne. I still sleep, my
You
foot
would think I
sleeping
ran the
on the
world like the
gas.
shells hug me.
Right.
You would think these
You
niggas know me
know,
when they really does it. Like you
like
was down
Wayne
with the
shit.
homie, no you effing was.
but
Like,
it's
but
crazy.
here's the thing. I'm gonna say this too, Jay. Will, listen here. M may have the best verse, but I don't hear, and this is probably them hating on him. I don't hear people really like quoting him verse. Like my foot sleeping on the gas. I still hear that shit. You
No
know,
break pass, no such thing as
it's
last.
but and don't get me wrong. I play Eminem verse like I'm like, damn, that nigga did kill it though. You know, but I don't hear niggas really quoting like they was quoting from Drake or Kanye and from Wayne.
I just don't think he what you said stole the moment. Like
Yeah.
Man,
you feel
I
me?
don't
Like
know,
the
but
criteria.
that's your opinion though. So
well,
keep
It
going.
it
Go
just
is.
ahead.
it just feels
Go
like
ahead.
every
Go
time I
ahead.
listen to it, Drake's part cool, everybody else cool, but then it gets to Eminem's part, and I sit there and listen. I'm like, dang, like he's just like ripping the entire verse, and I'm just like, and I feel like M has like he has a kind of known history of being that type of person on people's tracks. But and last but not least, and this is the only other one I could think of. I don't know if y'all even heard of Jules Santana. Have y'all heard of him?
Who? Wait, you said Joel
I
Santana?
know he didn't just
Jules
ask
Santana.
us, have we ever
See, I
heard
don't
of
know.
Jwel Santana?
I don't know how
Nigga,
popular.
have you heard of Jwel Santana?
Did you
I don't know how popular I know him, but he
do
has a song
you
with Wayne
do
called
you
Bloody Mary, and Wayne just ate that entire track up, and
What
that
song?
show over?
it's called Bloody Mary.
This show over. This nigga just
You
he just
you listen to
disrespected.
Bloody
Nah, yeah,
Mary?
nah, that was kind of crazy, bro. You asked
Oh,
us, have we heard of Jwel
I
Santana?
think it's just the fact that he asked a New York nigga, "Have you heard of
man, I
Joel?"
didn't.
That's even
I
worse.
That's
look. I'm
even
gonna be honest
But
with you.
no, but
worse.
Jewel's, I mean, I don't know if you know this, Coop, but Jewel's was an extremely popular rapper in the
He
mid thousands.
was.
He
He
was
was.
extremely popular. Like
Yes, he was.
I would argue, like, I mean, I'm gonna say this because I was a kid, so be a little easy on me. But I would even say like Jewel's might have been my favorites. Like when I was, what maybe like 9, 10, 11 years old. Like he was probably one of my go-tos to listen to. Like the What the Game's Been Missing album.
That album is a classic.
Oh my, top to bottom.
That's
Um,
that's a no skip CD.
but even the first one, what was was it Come Home to Me or Come Back to Me or something like that?
Oh, what's the first one where Dipset? What's that shit called?
Yeah, yeah, the one that had Santana on it. Like even that,
Back home, was that it?
yeah,
But
it
they
was
said
something like that.
it was, but that just goes to show you that
I
what
didn't
the
even know
game's
he
been
was
missing
that
took it
popular.
over. What the game's been missing took
But
over. Like it,
It
was
but
he
showed
was he like mainstream popular? What you say?
100%. What?
yes,
I
yes.
would argue he was probably. Or let me ask you
Here's
this,
a
because I want hold on. I want to see Jay's perception real quick,
and
because
then
I understand
I'm
this
gonna
is
name my
like
top
this
four
is like
moments
oh
too.
04 oh 05.
Yeah, go ahead, go
Based
ahead.
on what you know, who do you think was more popular in Dipset, Jim Jones or Juelz?
See, I know more about Jim Jones than him.
Oh,
And I think that's because I know, Joe Santana passed away and all, but I've always heard Jim
Hmm?
no, he didn't.
Santana. Hold
Joel
on,
Santana
I
didn't
think you're
pass
thinking
away.
about somebody else,
somebody
bro.
else. Hold on, let me look it up.
100% somebody else.
Nobody from Dipset passed away besides Bloodshed, and that was in '99.
Who am I getting him confused with? I don't know. The only reason why I mainly know who Jules Santana is, ironically, is because of your boy Tanner, because Tanner was like a big fan of him.
I'm surprised he know who Joel Santana is.
But to answer your question, though, but yeah, like I don't like I can sit here and tell you like I cannot name outside of that Wayne song I just mentioned. I can't really name a song off the top of my head when it comes to him.
So you never heard Old Boy from Cameron?
Maybe if I heard it, but
Oh,
I can't tell you that I know it off the title.
damn.
And Cameron is another person I can't tell you that I've really listened to.
Yeah, Cameron was extremely popular. Joel, both of them were way more popular than Jim Jones. Jim Jones just hangs with a bunch of young niggas now, so
Yeah.
that's why y'all
I
know
know
who
Jim
he
Jones
is.
has always seemed like he on BS every time I see him like in the
Jim
interview.
Jones, Jim Jones, honestly, and Coop might not like me saying this, but he's more arguable of being a one-hit wonder than somebody of having like a successful
No, he was a
rap
one.
career.
He was a one hit wonder. What other hits
Okay.
besides
Well,
bowling did he really have? And I'm kind of
well,
interested to
he had
know
to spit with Jewels, like Pop Champagne.
that shit wasn't all that though. I hated this. I mean, man, that probably just me
But that's
having
not
that.
balling. You're right. You're right. That's
I
not
no,
balling.
but I get what you're saying because they was playing pop champagne in the clubs like that. I can arguably say like "Emotionless" with Joel Santana was a
That
good
was not a
song.
hit. I
It wasn't
love
a
that
hit,
song.
but that
That
was a
might be
good
my favorite
song.
Jim Jones song,
But
but
it
that was
wasn't a
not a
hit.
hit.
That should have been a hit though. That I think that should have been a hit. But I'm curious to know like what Jim Jones songs do you know that J Will like that?
I just know Jim Jones because he's
Oh, because
yes in the media because he's always
No.
because he's an
talking
idiot.
about
So
But
stuff,
he
I
just
get it though. The
arguing
way
about
Jim
stuff.
Jones talks, if somebody didn't know any better, I can see why you would think
yeah.
Jim was the one that was that nigga. Out of Cameron, Jewels, and Jim Jones was by far the least popular out of those three, as far as
Because
from a mainstream standpoint.
the way our generation looks at him, I'm gonna be honest with you, just because of how much stuff he's always into. Most of us kind of look at him as like kind of a clown.
He is a clown.
Okay.
See, I don't know if that's accurate, like even back then
No,
to now,
he's a
but just
clown.
He
from
was he was like a loose cannon back then. He was like kind of like always trying to prove like nigga,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, I'll do something to you. Like he was quick
Yeah.
to take it
Yeah.
further than it had to go. Like I remember him doing, radio interviews with Angie Martinez, calling up, cussing rappers out and spit. Like he used to do spit like that. Um, like I don't know how familiar you are with Mace, but like I remember he called and cussed him out on behalf of Cam. You know what I mean?
True.
Which is probably why that's why they beefing right now, because it's like, damn, like I went hard on Mace for you. Now you got a whole podcast with this nigga.
I was like, so they have they like has he ever had like a formal like rap beef where he's kind of like went head to head with somebody since he's
Hell
considered.
yeah. He had a beef with Jay-Z.
But did
Like
he?
him and Jay-Z had full-blown songs back and forth to each other.
Hmm.
I feel like I need to give you some homework. I feel like I
Nigga,
need
I
to.
will neck click, nigga, I will click clack, push your wig back further to Tyra
Then
Banks
base
hairline.
headline. You think versus mine, you ain't balling. Took his own beat with him.
Yeah. He beefed with
Yeah.
one of the biggest rappers in the world at one point. But he was just like, he was kind of like a gnat. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like,
Play
you
like
always talk his fit, like shoot fly, don't but you know what I'm saying? But
But I'm
he
gonna
was
say this
never,
though.
and I don't care what yo New York niggas get mad at me or whatever, cool. Jim Jones has never, ever, ever been on the same mainstream level as Jewels or Cameron ever in his
No,
career. Like,
hell
let's be
no.
clear about that. And that's a Cali nigga saying that.
Man, a lot of New York niggas gonna agree with you because they don't even fuck with him up here like that. I'm gonna
I
just say
wouldn't
this
know.
though.
I wouldn't know.
I'm gonna just
You know what
say
I'm saying? I'm
this.
outside looking in.
I'm gonna just say this though. The only genius part about that beef was that he put all three of their verses on that one song. He put Jay-Z's first verse where Jim was talking shit. Then Jim had his little verse, which was kind
And
of
then he
all
had
right.
Jewels
He
at the end.
said, "You say 30's the new 20, but you 40, I'm
20, I'm
30. So
30,
who's
so who's
20?"
20?
That shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was slick. But as far as no,
But hold on, but now that's the same clown calling himself the oldest YN
eggs,
in the world. So the irony.
terrible, terrible. I'm gonna name y'all my top five moments, and we can move on from this
All
shit
right,
because
talk to me.
I'm getting a little irritated with that Jim Jones shit.
Hey, I'm glad we was
I,
able to educate him in that though.
I feel you
yeah,
though.
that's
I
what
feel
I'm
you
saying.
And
Like
though.
y'all
Jay
gonna have to start
will, even
speaking up.
past the show, if you ever have any questions, bro, feel free to hit my line, messenger, whatever, bro. I got you.
Yeah,
Like
I
100%. I love, and you're not bothering me. I promise you. I love them type of
yeah,
questions.
Like
you
right
good.
now, I'm in my Mob Deep. Like out of like older raps I'm listening to right now, I've been listening to a lot of Mob Deep. I'm trying to get more into his or
You mean
Mob
Vanny?
Deep. They
yeah.
yeah they yeah
Just
man,
because I was listening
it's a lot.
I was listening to Shook ones like a couple weeks ago, just like randomly, and I was like,
Yeah,
damn, let me look out some
even it's, I'm gonna put you onto a song, and it's gonna be the one I name. It's a song called "Quiet Storm." I think Kim stole that verse. It's one of my songs that I was about to name in my top five. Kim verse on that
Stole it?
was it was, I think she
Ooh.
it's an
I do
honorable
think that's a
mention.
top moment in hip
It's
hop for sure.
It's a top. I'ma definitely say I was going to be a hot take and say any verse that Drake did in 2010 because he had a lot of them.
That's what I was saying. Like,
He
I don't
had
even
a
know why I
lot of
named
them.
it song from Drake.
But I'm a. But the one that was really crazy was Sicko Mode. That was like,
I
damn.
think Travis held his own on that though.
I think he did too, but I don't know.
Travis, I would give Travis credit for that. That was
Yeah,
one of the few Drake features where it's
yeah,
like
he held
you
his
didn't
own.
make niggas forget that this was my song. And
But
it don't happen often. Like, you know what I'm
I'm
saying? Like I think
yeah,
Travis was able to do that. I think Lil Baby was able to do that.
yeah.
Which one?
Um
It's a few. But here's
the first one, yes indeed.
here's the first. Here's the one. I'm gonna tell
I
you off
think I
rip.
think
You know,
Baby has
they got that other song, Wants and Needs. I say Baby. Man,
I'm,
that
I'm gonna tell you
well,
all
I'm
the
saying like I'm
songs.
saying as far as like popularity, I think
uh,
I think Baby had more quotables from Yes Indeed than Drake did.
Let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell you a song who really made y'all forget. It was their song. Andre 3K on International Players.
Oh yeah.
You
Facts. I
you
don't know how
for
I forgot
you
that one.
man,
you
Oh, facts.
forgot
But
that.
you know what? That's kind of
Yeah.
cheating too, because you could low key say that for every feature he did in the late thousands.
man, look, I can
The
go out
Walk
to
It Out
say,
remix, Throw
Oh
Some
God.
D's,
Oh,
you
yes.
know, what's
Green
crazy
Light.
too. I'm glad you brought his name up because to me personally, he has the best verse of the 2020s decade so far on that Kanye song with "Life of the Party." I don't know if y'all have listened to that. He comes back.
100% high.
To me, that's
I don't
tough.
know why Ye didn't put that on the album.
I think he later on did, but I think they had an issue with each other, like they were beefing or something like that. And then they kind
No,
of
there wasn't beef. I think it was supposedly it was like a misunderstanding. Like Dre didn't know that like nobody was allowed to curse or something like that, and I think he cursed in the verse.
and
It was something petty. Like it wasn't
apparently
nothing that
Drake
deep.
leaked that song before it came out too, which I know that was another reason Andre 3000 was mad about it. And
Mm.
that's
Okay, well, yeah, if he did, I didn't know about that part. I just
Right.
knew that Dre said something about like it wasn't supposed to be cursing, and he didn't know that or something. I don't know. I didn't follow it all the way,
Yeah. I'm paying
but
attention.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard a bad. See, now you're finna make me 3K stand over here. I don't think I've ever heard a bad
I know I
three
haven't.
stacks verse.
I know I haven't.
mm,
Oh, I gotta
look,
hear this.
bad
'Cause
one.
you said, like you got something up your sleeve.
I've heard some okay ones, but I was like, oh, yeah, it's like
I
Okay
said
ones.
bad, and I
yeah,
don't even know if he had
that's
okay.
how I was thinking. Like, I can't really say like
Honestly, I'm not including like his experimental tracks or spit. I'm talking about like when he get that pen and it's like,
starts like
when 16 ain't enough. When he gets
Man.
on that, yeah, stop
Woo.
it.
yeah. Do y'all feel like he's
Hey,
the
that could be
best?
one too. You forgot that was even Ross's song for a minute.
Do y'all consider
Probably
Andre?
because it didn't get that big. That's probably why I
Hey,
didn't too.
look, I'm sorry. Look, I don't give a fuck.
My
That's
bad. Go ahead,
my
Jay.
I was
no.
about to say, how do
Fuck
y'all
him. Fuck him.
Andre
That's
like?
my shit, bro. No, hold
Took that
on,
nigga
bro.
cool back, huh?
And look here, man. That shit got a lot of play in my ride because
It still gets
the
played in my
it
ride.
still get played because from because I think me and my homie had a debate about was between the real her 16 and the one track he did with T.I., like which one did he kill the most? And I was kind of was like, I think it
T.I.
was the sorry song he did with T.I.
Oh, when he apologized to Big Boy.
Yeah. I was like, that was some real he was spitting from his heart on that one though.
Uh,
But
I want to say real her, bro.
because the reason
Real
why I
hurt.
say real hurt is because
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
that album is
I'm
the real
sorry. I'm
that's the
sorry.
good
When I heard real hurt, it was just like, oh my gosh.
he was like, look. Then it's just so many shit he did, J. Will. Even the damn Deuces remix, he killed that shit. It was a lot he did, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
See, I was going to ask you because, especially since y'all kind of stretch out, how do y'all view Andre compared to like other Southern rappers, especially like the Atlanta scene? Like, do
I
y'all think
don't.
he's the
I
best?
don't. There's nobody effing with three stacks. Period.
It's hard
Mm.
because a lot of people down here, Atlanta is so trap, like so a lot of people
Yeah,
like I
now.
have like Jeezy like over Andre, and like I just never could like really understood that.
I
Jeezy
mean, the
over
trap
Andre?
sound, you gotta remember, that's like what, 20 years old, 20 and some change old. So if it wasn't for three stacks, it wouldn't even be none of that spit, bro. Like three
No.
stacks put Atlanta on the map damn near single-handedly. with
I just feel like he always
that
seems like
Source Awards moment.
South got something to
When
say.
he got on that stage and said the South got something to say, there's a whole documentary on that, on what that did for Atlanta.
Yeah.
So none of them niggas will probably slap somebody for saying that. They self. If you Jeezy will probably slap you for saying that. If you say
That's
that to him. Like
Sean.
it's that serious, bro. Like Three Stacks is like that's like no slander tolerated. Like he is
hmm
a gem in hip hop, bro. Like there will
Yes.
like there's nobody you can compare to him, bro. And if you're talking lyricism, honestly, the only person where I probably won't argue with you is Nas.
And
Other
you
than that, like
know,
I ain't even having that conversation.
you know how like sometimes like
Because there is no conversation.
when they like rap nowadays, it's kind of like not the same as they do back then. I feel like Andre 3K is one of those people where like even though he's like in the 90s, 2000, it feels like every time he comes back to hip hop and decides to do like a verse or a song, it just seems like he hadn't really missed that step. I wish he would come back to rap sometimes, like hip hop scene. It'd be like
I don't know how, like, yeah, and I 100% agree with you. I don't know
hmm
how he's able to like stay true to himself, but still adapt so easily to where like even somebody of your age can hear him and be like,
hmm
"Whoa, like this is amazing." Like that's
Yeah.
not easy to do. I don't think there's anybody else who can do that. Even Jay, a lot of young niggas don't want to hear that nigga right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
we
Like
don't care for Jay-Z. Our generation, especially our
that's what I'm
parents.
saying.
Yeah.
Like Three Stacks, I don't know what it is about him, but somebody I forgot who it was from Dungeon Family who said it on the what was that documentary on Netflix? It was like Hip Hop Rhymes or something like that. I think he said it perfectly when he said like Andre is probably the only person I would argue ever in rap where every time he raps, literally every single time he raps, you sitting here at the edge of your seat like this the whole time, like.
Just
What he finna say next? The whole
hmm
entire time through
hmm
the verse, like, and
Oh, Big
he
Gip. Big Gip said that.
that was Big
Yes.
Gift that said that.
Yes, from
He
the
depicted
Goody
it
Mob. Yeah.
perfectly, bro.
Yes, he
He
did.
depicted that perfectly, like
hmm
literally the whole entire time, and it's been like that since he's came on the scene back in what 95 or 4,
93.
94, 95, however long it's been.
Yeah, it's 90. Man, three
Yeah,
stacks, boy.
that's a gem, bro. Like I'll scrap with one of y'all young niggas speaking on Three Stacks, bro. No slander tolerated. You can say
Oh,
whatever you want about them other niggas. Three Stacks, you leave him alone and let him play his flute. All right? He ain't got time for y'all boil spit.
sure
that
don't.
was a good study in music too. I don't lie to you. Good studying. Are you playing the
You know,
background?
Like I say, you just had to been there for it, man. It's like
I think that's one of the biggest tragedies in hip hop that we'll probably never get a rap album from Three Stacks.
this nigga at the time made one of the greatest rappers not even put his verse on the interlude. Like from him to kill that Wayne on the Carter 4, Wayne said, I'm not even gonna put my verse on that. Another one.
That's what Wayne said.
That nigga didn't put JC. It was who was it? The what's the name, dude?
It was him and Nas, right?
No, not the last one. It was three stacks and the other the crazy nigga. What's his name? Tech
Oh, Tech
Nine.
Nine. Tech
Yeah,
Nine.
it was like he said these two niggas killed me. That I didn't even want to say shit after that.
Yeah.
Like how?
Oh, so that's why he don't got a verse on none of his interludes. Got
Exactly.
you.
That's why I'm looking like yo. For y'all made Wayne say that, and he's like, once Three Stacks got out the booth and recorded that, I was like, yeah, I ain't saying shit after that. Come on, man. Let's be real. It's like JC said. You might get hurt
I
if
would
you
need a
talk.
whole episode for me to talk about Three Stacks for real. I ain't gonna lie. Like
we,
I could go all day with
we,
Stacks.
let's set that up then, player. Because I got a lot to say about
Yeah.
Three Stacks too, man. Because
But as you can
now,
see, Jay, from me and Coop's reaction, I
yeah.
think we speak for most of our air about the
Mhm.
Three Stacks, bro.
But,
Like he's
but y'all say that, but I just feel like y'all are more so like y'all are not just like the casual hip hop fans. Like y'all have really done some deep diving into that. So I guess I'm taking what y'all say. Like I'm listening to y'all, but when I look at a casual person, like I've even seen guys like like around that 40, 50-year-old age, they kind of leave Stacks out of that conversation. And like they're from Atlanta, they're from
well,
But here's the thing. Yeah,
there's also a conversation too with
right.
Stacks where a lot of people hold against him the fact that he's never did a solo album.
I,
There's a
it just
conversation open for that, which is
now
kind of
now
understandable.
I'm
But at
not
the same time, it's
okay.
like at the same time, it's like, Lauren gave us one, right?
Hmm.
But even when she didn't, like y'all still had her ranked, you know what I mean? Like as a GOAT, pretty much. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like y'all didn't really hold that against her. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole like I'm not a big fan of the whole like he never gave us a solo album because it's like, did we hear this nigga rap? And
yeah.
when we hear him rap, did he not damn near murder every single song that we heard? Like that, I mean,
That's all I was
I
gonna
feel like
say.
let's leave it there, bro.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
stop all the dissecting and spit. Like these ain't no rapper you can name, especially mainstream wise. I'll go mainstream because maybe some underground niggas, but mainstream wise, it really ain't nobody you can name that's effing with that man. So what are we talking about?
That's what I
Yeah,
was gonna say. J. Will, JC, talk to my dad about Three Stacks. He gonna tell you that man don't need no album. And my dad is the one of the biggest Outkast fans. He will sit up here and say that's one of the guys who don't need no damn album because you can appreciate the features that he's done and what he's done with the Outkast albums to where you got, as JC just said, gems of music in your phone to where you could just go back to Stankonia,
Right.
to the Aquemini, to guest features on what he was doing from the 2000s and 90s and stuff like that. Come on, man, you don't need none of, you don't need an
And
album.
and Jay,
So
the same thing that Three Stacks is for you. Are you saying like, damn, like how is he coming in my ear and then still just doing this and sounding so effortlessly?
yeah.
I don't know about Colt, but I can speak for myself. It was the same thing for me.
Mhm.
Three Stacks technically is not my ear. He came out in '94, bro. I was 2 years old. So it was when he started doing all them verses for us, like when he was doing Walk It Out, when he was doing Hollywood Divorce, when he was doing Throw Some D's on It, when he
Ooh.
did Green Light, when he did all them verses in the late thousands when I was in high school, that's what made me go back to Return to the Gangster and Stank
Mhm.
on You and all that spit. Like I remember Outkast, don't get me wrong. But as
Right.
far as like really appreciating his specific lyricism and how he was coming, I went back to that
Yep.
to appreciate it because he came in my era. This nigga was hopping on dance tracks, spitting lyrical,
Shit,
and everybody
Beyonce,
still cared about his part more than everything else.
Beyonce's party is an example.
The party, that was another one. Like
I ain't worried
he
about them
came in
fuck niggas
our
over there, but they
era.
worried about me.
He this nigga came, do his verses, pop his spit, and then just go back in his little corner somewhere and like, nah, I don't want to tour. I don't want to do no music. I don't want to do nothing. But he'll come out every now and then, do a verse, then go back in his corner. But it
Mhm.
would be like you said earlier, it was quality over quantity.
Mhm.
you
Like,
know, it's so funny. Like now that I think about it, I'm so glad you said that. The first time I can remember listening to an Andre 3K song, there was a game on the Wii called Just Dance, and one
mhm.
of the songs on that was "Hey Ya" by Andre 3000. And I was sitting here thinking, like, I didn't know who he was, but now that you say like party songs and all this other stuff, I'm like, dang, he really do got a lot of like just classic hits. That's
And
crazy.
that's another thing that a lot of hip hop fans hold against him too was that Love Below album that he did with Big Boy.
That shit
Because,
was cold. I
that
love the Love
wasn't,
Below.
yeah, but it wasn't like, it wasn't traditional, get on the mic and kill niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I know people hold that against him
Man,
too.
listen here.
Um,
Y'all better go listen to that last song, The Life of Andre Benjamin. That is
oh,
one of the
facts,
best
fact.
telling
Even
stories.
some of the songs he did on Speaker Box, he did some
Yeah.
verses for Big Boy on there. Like,
But I'm just saying, like, considered like a storytelling song and just all around track, like
yeah.
everything in there from lyricist, storytelling, verse. It's just a perfect song. That's what I'm saying. Go listen to that. Go. I don't know. People need to just do
Even if
that.
people don't feel the same way that me and Coop do, Jay, I still think like you'll be hell pressed to find like true like three stack slander.
Yeah.
Like people still, everybody has some sort of appreciation for him as
Mhm.
an artist of what he's done.
Right.
Um, and he's kind of protected. Listen to like when some of these rappers, like when Young Thug got to running his mouth. You see how fast everybody got on that nigga head about that?
Yeah.
Like niggas do not play about three stacks. When he dropped that flute album, we all said, man, leave him the F alone, nigga. He can rock around, play a flute if he want to.
Yeah,
Like he's the
exactly.
only nigga that could get away with spit like that.
Mm-mm.
That's true because they was clowning Snoop Dogg for making that little gospel album and stuff like that. So they,
Exactly. He
But
changed his
do
name to Snoop Lion and niggas
at
clown.
one point, right? Do
If
you
Three Stacks
realize?
did that, nobody would
I don't
bat
even
an
know why
eye.
you, I don't even know why you reminded me of Snoop
Do you
Lion.
realize, Jay Will, that the Jeezy song "I Do" is played at weddings and people just go straight to Three Stacks part?
That's
Do you not realize that that is one of the most played songs at a wedding, and they just go straight to his part? Like the past 10 weddings I've been through in the past 6 years, they played that song and they always went to Three Stacks part
Wow.
because that is an iconic part.
that's crazy.
I vow to never say I do if I don't mean it.
Mm,
That's how I learned that shit. Shout out to Three Stacks. I love you, Three Stacks. I don't give a
big
fuck what nobody
facts.
say.
Big facts.
I will protect your name as long as I'm breathing.
That's a fact. I would never tolerate Three Stack slander. For me.
Mm-mm. Never.
No.
Never. So, you wanted to get into the Drake and Kendrick. Floor is yours.
Well, the reason I said that earlier, because it's like, control, when I was about to get on control, it's like, damn, now it
Mhm.
kind of ties in somewhat to that. But I mean, I don't know, like, where do you want to start with that? Like, it's a whole lot of layers to that situation.
I mean,
I feel like it's specific people that's not on the show that I want to address on it. But so
I
like
mean, what I could say, like, I guess to set it off, like, I do believe Kendrick won the beef. Um,
yeah,
I do think Kendrick had, and people might be surprised to hear me say this. I do think Kendrick had the best diss song out of the whole entire beef,
yeah.
but it wasn't Not Like Us. I think it was Euphoria.
Mm,
Euphoria is the reason why I gave Kendrick the dub. Um, I thought I thought there was a lot of bias. I thought Kendrick was allowed to get away with a lot of bullshit, and then Drake was kind of like, I think it really just came down to like niggas was tired of seeing Drake on top,
yeah,
and it became more of like instead of just being Kendrick fans versus Drake fans, it was like Drake. It was like Kendrick fans plus Drake haters
mhm,
versus Drake fans.
yeah,
And I would even add maybe like Drake fans because Drake fans were not being objective. But I do think people that were being objective kind of got put in the box of like you're a Drake fan. You're a Drake stan. I'm sorry. Like you weren't allowed to like if you weren't like going all the way hard for Kendrick, oh well you must be a Drake stan. You must be siding with
yeah.
that and
I
all the
hated that.
gaslighting of like, oh well you a pedophile apologist or whatever. Like I feel like
Yeah,
that beef got like really
personal.
and I think it was it Big Daddy Kane that said it? Like about it being like very nasty discourse around that beef.
Yeah,
And I 100% agree with him on
yeah,
that.
I kind of I agree because even like before the Kendrick beef, I always looked at Drake as like the LeBron of rap when it comes to fan bases. You either really, really love him or you absolutely despise him for whatever
That's a
reason.
fact.
Because of
that's
Yeah.
how
it.
he acts, his gimmicks, maybe even his rapping. So I always feel like, coming into that beef, Drake definitely kind of had his back against the wall because it was kind of like everybody really kind of wanted Kendrick to win anyway. So, I mean, realistically, if we said Drake won this, a lot of people would probably still say Kendrick won it just because, they love Kendrick more just in general. But my thing with that entire beef is like, when Control dropped, and I watched like a whole video documentary on this, it kind of seemed like Drake didn't necessarily want a beef, even though he made those little couple shots. But it kind of just felt like
Wait,
Kendrick was just like forcing him to like, do something, do something.
You
So
know what,
it's
Jay? I'm glad you said
feel
that. I
like
was
that.
just about to say, I don't know what documentary you watched, but I remember that situation top to bottom. So if that
Kind of,
documentary was full of spit, I'm gonna know
go
it. But go ahead.
ahead. Yeah,
it just
I
seemed
was just
like
waiting for it.
it really didn't seem like Kendrick really never liked Drake. I don't want to say it like this, but it almost kind of seemed like Kendrick really just kind of he collabed with Drake because he kind of wanted more of the spotlight. He dropped the Control verse. I think everything was okay. He saw Drake didn't, he felt a type of way about it. Kendrick kind of shrugged it off or whatever, and then he kind of started leaving like little diss lines here and there, even like the BET cipher. If you know what you know
To
which one I'm
me,
talking
that
about.
was extremely direct, though. That wasn't no quick
And even then, it was
sub
like,
bar. Like that was very direct.
but what's even crazy after that is, Drake, he kept congratulating whenever Kendrick won an award, Drake was always saying congrats online, in person, all that. But it was still like Kendrick just he didn't like Drake, and he was really kind of just waiting for the right moment to really, go at him.
Tell
And
everybody I don't like this nigga.
for some reason, I
That's a
guess
great analysis, actually. I
Yeah,
haven't
it
heard
really
that
is.
one.
he thought
It
third
is.
person shooter was the best, way to go about it. Even though I don't even think that was really a diss song. It kind of felt like, they were saying like,
Like you
okay,
was looking for a moment.
yeah,
Hmm.
and some people say he may have felt away because J. Cole called himself Muhammad Ali, but if you really listen to like that, it felt like basically that entire verse was about Drake, and
But
Drake
Jay,
was
listen to what Dot said on Euphoria. He said, "I'm surprised you sent that feature request when you know we had some spit to address."
Hmm.
So Drake was over here thinking like we all good. I even remember when the Morale and Big Steppers dropped. Drake liked the post. Like, you see what I'm saying? So Drake was even trying to like clearly whatever it was we had, I'm cool off that spit, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Let's move on. Tried to get him to get on that Sorry for All Them Dogs album that I couldn't stand. But he tried to
Hmm.
get him to hop on there, and Kendrick was he turned down the feature. And then when you hear the song, and I will say this though, I will say this. There's one thing Kanye was right about, and I know that sounds crazy to say. Um, Drake is the type of nigga that will diss you, and you're the only one knows that you being dissed.
that's true.
Drake is great at that. I think if there's anything Drake took from Jay, it was that the subliminal dissing. But if you diss back, it's gonna look like like you're the one that's being better, or you the one that's hating. But Drake, you know what you said, nigga, or you know what I'm saying exactly what it was that got my attention. So Drake is great at that, and it could have been, maybe it was some of that in first person shooter. You know what I'm saying? To where Kendrick was like, all right, nigga, like that's enough. But you're right as well that clearly, nigga, you had some type of issue for whatever reason to where you're turning down a feature from being on Drake's album. And Euphoria kind of started out, it was kind of like a, little playful spar, and then it just somewhere in it just got real, real nasty.
I think it's the also, like with those heavy allegations, it's like, how long have you felt this way towards him? Like, you feel like you could have, I feel like you could have been, if you
It
really felt
it
that
kind
way,
of goes back to the
you could have
Paradise
been
tour.
that.
It do kind of go back to the Paradise tour a little bit because he brought Kendrick on that tour with him, and then there was some cities like he was kind of like cutting Kendrick's time off a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know.
look at the kind of like the New York show. Kendrick only did like two songs, but you had Meek Mill take over, and I get that Dream
Meek
Chasers
was
too.
way bigger than Kendrick at that time, though. That's understandable.
Yeah, yeah, I get it,
To
but
be honest,
yeah.
like, let's cut the spit, bro. Let's cut the spit. Drake
Hmm.
was doing Kendrick and A$AP Rocky a favor bringing them on tour, bro.
100%.
None of them,
Yeah,
none of them truly had the credentials and the qualifications to
yeah,
be on a tour with the biggest rapper in the game at that time. It was
facts.
controversial at that time. Drake
Yeah,
even talked about it in with 4 p.m. We say
Corbin.
they told me to take an R&B nigga on the road, and I told them no, and drew for Kendrick and Rocky. Like, I remember that being a thing. I remember I said it when he announced he was taking them on tour. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, you taking who?
Like, he let him
Exactly.
perform in Toronto. Like, like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. That's why I always kind of felt a weird way about it because it's like, Kendrick, if you really felt the way about the whole allegations thing, I feel like you would have been said it or you would have been addressed it. And I don't know, man. That entire thing was just shady. It kind of felt like Kendrick was just really just kind of baiting him and baiting him and baiting him.
Hmm.
So he found the right moment, opportunity, and
And
all
they
of a
both
sudden,
and they both were sending their little
Yeah.
subs over the years to each other, and I just don't understand why like first person shooter was like the last straw of like, all right, like nigga, like let's do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like why was that? What was said so bad that was like I understand once Euphoria and Meet the Grams and Not Like Us and all that. I understand why he got to that level at that point because that's another problem Drake has is mentioning people's families.
Yeah,
And it
that's a
feels
big
like
one.
even after the Pusha T split, you still ain't learned to stop mentioning people's family, bro. Nobody's playing with you, nigga.
Exactly.
So once you do that and you wearing the Compton City college sweaters and all that, trying to imply, all right, so I understand at that point why Kendrick took the gloves off. I understand that,
Yeah,
but I'm talking about all the spit prior to that. Like,
but honestly, I would also think kind of make Drake lost. He did the whole AI thing at a time where people really did not respect any music regarding to AI and stuff like that. And then not only that, but I feel like he kind of took the 8 Mile where he was like, "Oh, tell him about these allegations. Tell him that Drake did da 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 da," and stuff like that. And I kind of thought that was very kind of corny a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of feel like that's a weird route to go to. I wasn't even really a big fan of it because once again, I feel like, reusing Tupac's voice and and all that, I can't rock with that in the music industry world. I hate the AI. I hate AI in general. I
and then what I did like about Taylor Made is also the same thing that kind of like backfired on Drake. I did think it was funny when that nigga was all like, "You trying to let this bit die down? Nah, 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 nigga, you following through." I thought it was funny at the time because that is something that Kendrick is famous for. It's like I'm gonna go say something, then I'm gonna just go sit in my corner. And I feel like Drake actually like forced his hand, like, "No, nigga, like we finna settle this spit, right? Like I'm tired of this spit. Come outside, nigga. Come outside
that
right
made me
now.
respect
We not
Drake.
finna we finna get it on, and then this is gonna be the end of this spit going forward. Win, lose, or draw."
Right.
And people laughed at me when I said this on Facebook, bro. I honestly, that is the one aspect of all of this that I did respect about Drake. I respect the fact that you know good and damn well lyrically you're not effing with Kendrick. You're not. I'm just sorry. Like Drake is one of my favorite rappers. It's him and Nipsey as far as current. Um, and I'm saying there's no way on God's green earth you truly thought you were in the lyrical ballpark with Kendrick. But I respect the fact that you still put yourself out there as being the top dog. You put your throne on the line, basically, because that's really what you had to lose. Like I feel like this was the first time Drake had a beef with somebody, and they both had just as much to lose.
Yeah.
This was the first time. Kendrick had on the line his boogeyman persona that everybody's so scared of you, nobody wants smoke with you, nobody wants beef with you. Niggas know damn well not to say your name. If he would have lost that, I feel like that would have done some harm to his career. And then you got Drake on the other hand, who has everything to lose. You're the biggest rapper in the game. Like
Mhm.
everybody loves you. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're the golden child. You got the stimulus packages. Like all of that, like you are the go-to. And I feel like he put that on the line because he thought he was gonna be able to out meme, maybe out quote, you know what I'm saying, and maybe out strategize Kendrick. I think that's what he tried to do. Um, but I think he met his match, and I'll give that to Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Kendrick was playing chess with him, and he just happened to, he just happened to come out on top. But I respect Drake for putting it on the line. Now, I don't respect that whole spit of you filing a lawsuit after all of that. But you
Mm.
know, hey, to each his own. That was that other side coming out, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't want to go there, but yeah, that's the tall side. That's the tall side coming to. Mm. I like the consistency of both of them dropping diss tracks. Like that, I love that part.
Hold on, let me ask you something, Jay Will,
Hmm.
because from a lot of Kendrick stands, I already know your answer, Coop. That's why I'm asking Jay.
Oh, it's all good.
A lot of Kendrick stands have been accusing me of being biased
Yeah, I've
and
seen.
Drake standing this whole time. Was there anything I just said in any of that to you that was biased?
What's crazy? I always thought I was like, I'm calling JC biased, but he from Cali, where West Coast loves Kendrick Lamar. I feel
And,
like you've been the
and
most unleast biased person
and
talking.
that's why I want to cut you off.
I'm a Drake fan
Hold on, let me
who's
cut you off
from
real quick.
LA.
That's why I said before we got on this topic that the people who were saying that about you is not on the show. That's why I kind of didn't want to step into it.
Hey, we
Like,
could do a part two.
yeah,
I'm willing to.
that's
I
why
ain't
I'm
running from
like,
nothing.
I know you not. That's why, Jay Will. That's why I said the clowns who was saying that
Hmm.
about my man, my brother right here, is not really here to kind of like I want them on here so they can look dumb as fuck.
But it was
You
so
know what I'm
hilarious,
saying?
cool. Because like I
It's
said the
funny.
other day, in the
Yeah.
meanwhile, I had people who was my age and older who was calling me saying like, "Bro, I want to talk to you about this, bro, because you're the only one I know that's actually being objective about this shit."
Yeah.
But that was the thing, bro. I feel like Kendrick Stans was doing a lot of gaslighting with this shit. They tried to
Hmm.
make this like good versus evil.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like if you're on that side, something ethically is wrong with
Hmm.
you. Something morally is wrong with you if you're not on Kendrick's side. And I think Kendrick shaped it like that.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize they own some coat spit by falling into that trap. I'm not falling into that. Because if I
Right.
was to go off some moral and ethics spit, I probably wouldn't be listening to 80% of you niggas, if we being real.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Eh,
I know how to separate the artist from the person and all that shit.
exactly. And JC called me before I went to Miami to do the Super Bowl. Me and JC talked about this. He's like, I ain't heard you or seen you say nothing about this, cool.
I didn't.
And I was like,
I didn't
what?
even think about it
I was
until
like,
like not too long before that. I was like,
what
this nigga
can I
ain't said
say?
shit.
I was like, what the fuck can I say? I think I posted one little picture of Kendrick knocking Drake out. I was like, yeah, he won. What can I say? Because once you bring somebody's family into it, and you, JC, you know I'm a family man. Yeah,
Facts.
it's kind of gloves off. I
Yeah.
was like, and then the whole suing threw me off too. I was like,
But Jay, you know how much of a
yeah,
Drake fan I am, right?
hmm,
And you
Yeah,
heard
no.
how I was able to be honest
professional.
about what I felt like Drake has done wrong. How
I,
how the lawsuit was hosted with. How you still ain't learned from stop bringing up people's wives and baby mamas and girls. Like you still
Still ain't
ain't
learned.
learned after all this time. And I love Drake, bro. You probably won't find a bigger Drake fan than me, to be honest.
you know what's so funny though? The beef also made me realize, after that thing happened, people was like, "Oh, Drake's finally, he's gonna die down and stuff like that." And I'm not gonna lie, after the beef, I was one of those people. I was like, "Dang, I can't even listen to Drake like that." But at the same time, every now and then I hear a song comes out. By the end of what was that, like 2024 when they had the beef, right?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
look at my Apple Music replay. You know what that is? Like where you can see like who you've listened to the most or whatever.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Drake was fourth on my list. And I'm just like, dang, when did I listen to all this Drake? And it kind of made me realize I was like,
You know
I
what's funny about that,
don't know
Jay?
like Drake can ever fall off. I don't know why people always make that claim.
If you look at my Spotify right now, right, people swear like, "Oh, I love Drake and hate Kendrick so much."
Yeah.
Do you know Kendrick is top five in my most listened artists this year?
Mm.
And I didn't even realize this. Spit. I
I,
just seen my spit the other day. Kendrick is in my top five most listened to this
I,
year.
I mean, he's not in my title. I got Drake because Take Care just turned 14 like a few weeks ago. So
Yeah.
every year in November, I always listen to Take Care. Like the whole month of this month, I always listen to it. So
Man,
I mean,
I'm really
that's my favorite Drake album all
yeah,
time.
I feel like that's the most complete album of my. Like I love that album. Like no doubt about it. But every November, it's always Take Care. I don't give a fuck where I'm at in this earth. What am I doing?
Facts.
November, like I
I'll be looking at
say,
my Facebook memories, and it be full of quotes from Take Care at that time that I be
man,
posting.
yo,
I
uh,
literally just finished seeing that.
man, shout out to
I really need
Jesse.
to see like y'all top five most listened to is when it comes out this year, whenever it does in a couple weeks. I'm just
Oh, I
curious.
got you.
I'll
I
post
got
it.
you.
I'll post it. Yeah, I got you.
Looking at mine for like last year, and like I feel like it wouldn't look anything compared to this year.
It's gonna be the same as every year, Jay Will. It's gonna say Tupac. It's going to say DMX. Is probably going to say. And I got a whole bunch of people I just listen to. But
I
like I
just
said
kind of started
before,
using Spotify too, so some
oh, I
stuff
don't use
probably.
Spotify. Yeah, I don't use. I
I'm,
use
I'm an
Title.
Apple.
I use
Yeah,
Title.
I just started using Spotify, and the only reason I did it was because my cousin wanted me to do a playlist for her store,
Oh,
and that
gotcha,
was what she
gotcha.
was using, and they had like a deal on there that was like 5 months free or some shit. So I was
Oh,
like,
that's
oh,
dope.
Yeah, I
all
think
right,
I
yeah,
was Spotify at first, and then in college you get like a discount on Apple Music for like $3 a month or whatever. So I kind of swapped over to Apple Music.
I
yeah,
think I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember seeing the discount. Okay,
but yeah. So that's
that's
yeah, but obviously, Nip is always gonna be in there. I ain't even got to see that to know that.
nah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's it's gonna be interesting to see what I like to see what other people is listening to. It's always like I wonder what's going on in their head, what they got going on. Like what's bumping.
Yeah,
Uh,
I feel like it kind of makes me help you like realize like who you are as a person too, depending on who you listen to as well.
like I told you, it's so many rap songs, Jay, that I want to when I get my production company. That there's so many songs I want to turn into movies. Like my summer vacation is probably one of my favorite Ice Cube songs. I want to turn it into a movie. Like I want to
Yeah.
do a movie about Nick. I'm going to, like I said, when I get my shit going, it's gonna be so many people that
I
I'm not gonna let that shit die.
I
Like I
actually had
just
a verses that I filmed with one of the homies and I never released it, bro.
really
'Cause I just never, yeah, I edited the audio, but I never edited the video. But yeah,
that's
I did a verses of Cube versus Snoop with one of my partners.
Hey, I
really
got a question for y'all. So did y'all see that versus last month? I forgot. I don't know why it's coming to my head.
the
No
cat.
Limit and
Who did y'all
Cash
feel like?
Money.
I don't know if y'all watched that. Who do y'all
I
feel
think
like?
Coop did an episode on it.
I,
Yeah.
I did I
Yeah,
did.
I'm gonna have to watch that because I didn't watch that. But who did you? If you could give like a quick,
To be honest, I didn't even watch it, bro.
I
It,
didn't either, but I heard a lot of people talking about it on
To
social.
me, that's not really for one, I didn't think that was a fair matchup. And two,
it wasn't.
I don't think everybody wasn't really there to personify the true essence of Cash Money and the true essence of No Limit. So maybe I'll watch it one day, but I wasn't like rushing to go see what it was talking about because
Yeah,
the, the main key players wasn't even really there like that, you
because
know.
Wayne wasn't there, wasn't he?
Nope.
Wayne wasn't there. That piece of split Mystical wasn't there. Um, C Murder ain't there.
Yeah, both them niggas
I
in
don't even
jail.
think
So
Mia X was there.
she was there.
Uh,
Mia X was there.
who was it
But
that who was it that missed it then?
I know, yeah, see, Murder and Mystical, they in jail. So I and no, the only reason why Snoop showed up late because he wanted that to be a whole New Orleans thing. He did show up at the end to do Down for My Ends, which I think like, damn, nigga, like you could have came in, but P set it up real good. Like I
Yeah.
said, when I didn't see Wayne, and you had so many
You
niggas on
cannot do a
Cash Money
Cash Money show and there's
without
no Wayne,
Wayne,
bro. Like
you
stop
know,
it.
even
I understand Turk. Don't make it F what that nigga talking about. But Wayne,
but
stop it.
but even so, like. You can't act like Drizzy first album wasn't on Cash Money either. You had, I mean, and I get the
The
old,
thing
I get
is,
what you talked about, and like I told you,
I do separate Cash Money, Young Money air. But that was also why I said what I said in the first place, that I feel
yeah,
like that wasn't even a fair matchup
it wasn't
because you pretty much would have to handicap Cash Money. Like all of that spit counts, technically. Tiger
exactly.
counts, Nicki counts, Drake counts,
DJ Khaled
all
count
that
because he was on
all
there
that
for one point.
all that spit count.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm saying. It wasn't. I don't know,
that
J.
wasn't
Will.
even a good matchup anyway, to
They
me.
kind of could have kept that, J. Will. They should have kept that shit.
Should have kept it.
I think they could have kept that shit.
Do you think it's
But
anything like worth rewatching? Like if I was just like wanting to put on TV and watch, do you think it's anything not even?
if you want to fall
I'm probably
asleep,
gonna watch it one day.
if you want to fall asleep, yeah, go for it.
I'll probably watch it one day, but
Yeah, it
yeah,
wasn't all that
nah.
to me. All right, let me ask y'all this. What's the dream versus y'all want to see? Like, what's the versus y'all want to see?
Who was it? I think I talked. I think it was Outkast and Tribe.
I would love to see that too,
I want
but
to see Outkast and Tribe, and I want to see Kim and Nicki too.
I don't want to see it because Fife not here. That's the only reason
I
why I
feel
don't
you
want
on
to
that.
see
I
it.
feel you on that.
And that's what my one dude was telling me on the last episode. I was like, he wanted to see Mob Deep and something. I was like, it just won't be. I don't want to see it without Prodigy though. Just like if
Yeah,
you go with UGK, I can't see nothing without Pimp. You know what I mean? Like somebody. I mean, don't get me
I
wrong.
don't think
Like,
UGK got enough to be honest.
ah,
I don't think they got enough, bro.
pause, but super tight and like all them shit in the
You
'90s
need
was.
20 of them spits, nigga.
Hey, I think they got
Man,
something
I
in the
didn't
chamber.
realize
I
how
think they.
You
I
need
didn't realize
20 of them things.
I
their
think they
music
got
is
it. I think they
really
got it though.
their music is really
They got some hardcore shit.
you
I ain't gonna
know
lie
No,
to
I
you.
love UGK. I'm just saying for a versus setting, I just don't think they got enough.
I don't know because in
I
on top
think,
of
I think what I think would break the internet, I think would is be I think Kim and Nicki.
Kim and Nicki would definitely be a good
I
one.
think that's the best versus we can get. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I think Kim. I'm interested in seeing how the public responds in this era to it because Kim has like at least 5 or 6 of the most important hip hop verses of all time.
Yes.
But I think Nicki catalog stretch a little longer, so she got more to pick from. But
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
Kim would have bigger moments. So I would love to see how they're able to, mesh and how
Yeah,
people would respond to like what song played for what. Because I think
that
there's some verses that Kim can play that Nicki don't got nothing for.
that'd be a good one too.
Do
Cause
you feel like there's rappers who like you can put them up against anybody and they'll beat them? Like just somebody with like that type of catalog?
with
Mm, no, because even if you say Drake, y'all might be surprised at who I think can F with Drake. I think Drake and Future. I
See,
don't think
that's
Drake. I don't think Drake would just smash Future.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate on Future, but I don't think nobody fucking with him. I ain't gonna lie to
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
He got
Like,
so
if you
much in the
really think about it, bro,
chamber.
like who
yeah.
who
And
finna
I'm
just
not
go up
even
there and watch Future? Is there anybody who could just say, I'm gonna go up there and they're in
No,
that realm, not some old
no.
boom baps, but realistically, if we talking hits, somebody that can get on there, go 20 for 20 with Future. Hell, you can go 30 for 30 with Future. And they'll watch Future.
yeah, because and I'm not even a big Future fan, but that
Me either. I'm just keeping a G.
I don't think even Wayne himself got enough for Future.
And I don't even think Wayne is a good versus matchup.
That won't be a good one
Most
with
of
it.
Wayne's both best moments are his mixtape era.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
he'd have to be going against somebody on some mixtape spit versus, you know what I'm saying, like his actual songs. I'm not saying that to say Wayne don't got hits. Wayne got hits.
Yeah, Wayne got
But most of
hits.
his biggest moments, if you really think about it, are
Or or
mixtape
droughts and
classics
dedications.
and
Yeah,
features.
pretty much.
If you really think about it. Now, if you want to do a feature battle with Wayne, now we talking.
That,
Now we talking. If you want to say who got the most
even
bigger
Future got
features.
some dope. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that'd be a tough one. That'd be a
I'm not
tough
gonna lie. I got
one.
a question for y'all while we talking about Wayne and
Mm.
Kendrick.
Okay.
Who do y'all feel like had the best verse on Mona Lisa?
To be honest, I ain't even gonna cap to y'all, bro. I don't remember Mona Lisa enough to even like
Man, you got
say
real.
who had the better verse on there. Like I heard it, but it's not something I went to back to enough to like really speak on it.
The
Man.
Out of those two.
the Carter Five was gay. I don't like gay songs.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I
It's a
wasn't a
couple
big
songs
fan
you
of
kind
that
of
album.
kind of like the most recent.
It was
But you know what? I
one.
can't say about the most recent. Never mind.
I just couldn't get with. I can't get with the Carter Five. I can't get with it.
To be honest, I don't think he's made a good album since Carter 4.
Nah, nope. And even me and one of my partners, I was on his show. We were ranking the Carter series, and like I said, I didn't bother listening to six. I heard some songs from it. Trash.
I
Carter
wouldn't even
Five.
brought I wouldn't even brought
Trash.
5 and 6 in
I
it.
wouldn't have either, but it was a part of the Carter series. But for me, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it was three, two, four, and then one.
I know I've used his name. I've used this term a lot today. I also feel like Carter 3 is one of the most overrated albums of all time.
It is.
I think Carter 4 was better than Carter 3, personally. I
I
think
do
Carter
too.
3 had so much hype going into it
Because he was
that
about to go.
people
Yeah,
blew that up when it did come out. And I'm not saying it's a bad album. I just think people think more so of the moment and time they were in with Wayne when Carter 3 came out than the
yeah,
actual Carter 3 album. Like, if we being for real.
yeah.
Like
This
Carter
is
3 didn't really have a lot of like classic songs that you go back to and you like, oh man, like niggas, I promise niggas ain't replaying Carter 3 like that, bro. Like the way you would
you
think.
can play Part of Four though. I love the Carter Four.
Carter 4 got some spit, bro, that'll like take
Even
you back for real. Like,
this may be a hot take. Carter Two. You could play some Carter Two shit. Like
yeah.
Money on My Mind is still
Carter
an
2, I
anthem.
think is the best Carter, in my
Yes,
opinion. I got
yes.
Carter 2 is the best Carter. But I don't know. I think Carter 3 is a little
Just
overrated.
like I said before, y'all. This is why I rock with my brother here because I thought I was the only person on God's green earth who thought Dream Chasers 2 was better than Dreams and Nightmares albums. And then I met this
Yeah.
man, and he agreed with me. I was like, "What? There's somebody else?" I'm like, "Finally,
Because
somebody."
Dreams and Nightmares, like I think it took me a minute to realize like how iconic that song became in our culture.
Yes,
It took me a minute to really like let that set in. I didn't realize like how big that was for our culture. And once I did realize it, I gave a little more grace to people about it. Like, okay, like I get it. And
yeah,
that probably is the most one of the most impactful hip hop records of that decade,
yes,
100%. But if you're
amen.
talking about quality and if I had to rank his intros, um, Dream Chasers 2 to me by far is his best intro he's ever done.
I agree. Jay Will, let me ask you something, and JC, you can answer this too. So, name me your top five album intros of all time.
That's a bad question to ask me because I'm gonna be biased. Ugh.
That ain't gonna say three-peat.
No, look, I gotta feel like I gotta pull out my phone because you got. But I do feel like you
uh,
have to. I feel like
okay.
yeah, Dreams and
He's
Nightmares. I feel like it has to be. Dang.
I don't go yeah.
You know, it's crazy. I tried to throw a Kendrick one in there, but I don't even think I could put a Kendrick one in there. And no, I'm not putting Wesley's Theory. I'm not a. I think that song's overrated. Um,
What?
yeah, I was not a fan of what the
Oh, hell no.
that song is overrated. I don't care.
Oh, that's crazy work.
Probably one. Probably no. I ain't gonna go that far.
Yeah, stop, bro.
Um,
Stop.
It's
look,
already on. It's already on camera.
I was about to say, look,
It's
I see
Wow.
who's on right there. I know you're getting ready to mute me, so let me
I
go.
wasn't. No,
I ain't the
you.
host today, so I can't.
I wanted to, but it's so many classic intros I can name.
That's a hard question.
That is a hard question. That is a hard question.
My top five intros. I'm gonna say this, man. DMX first album was a good
I
intro.
think you told me that before.
I
So
love that intro. Oh man, it's not a day that I mean it's not like a week that it is not played in my playlist.
Which album?
The and then there was X. Oh, it's Dark as Hell is Hot. My bad. Dark as Hell is Hot. The first song on that one.
Write that down.
I'm going to definitely say I gotta say Jay-Z Dynasty is a
I
good
knew you was gonna
intro.
say that, Sweet. I
You
knew you was
got it.
gonna
You
say
got
that,
to. You got to.
Sweet.
Even though people didn't like this album, a dark and twisted fantasy intro is by far one of the coldest to me. I love that
What was
intro.
that again? That wasn't gorgeous, was it?
No, that was the what was that song? It was off the my dark and
Oh,
twisted
can we
fantasy
get
album.
much higher?
That just that beat, and then
Uh.
I gotta go with Thug Motivation 101.
Was
When I
that
hit the kitchen lights,
lights,
cockroaches
cockroaches
everywhere.
everywhere? Hit the
Yo,
kitchen lights, now
lights
it's marble floors
floors
everywhere.
everywhere. Yes, I gotta go with that one, man. Damn, I think I need one more. Common's B intro. The B album intro was cool.
Um, I mean, this, like I said, this is super difficult, so I'm
But
going
let
off
me
the top of my head.
honorable
I,
mention Tuscan Leather. On
See,
Farmer.
I was thinking that, but I was like top five or something.
Hey, Nah.
Tuscan on my top five.
Yeah,
So,
Tuscan Leather is
Yeah,
crazy.
but I'm saying like I'm just kind of thinking of like everything.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm trying my best because I'm trying not to look nothing up, but
Mhm.
Tuscan for sure is on there, and this is not in no order. Tuscan, Dynasty intro, Dreams and Nightmares. Um, and it's tough.
It is.
Hmm. Just intros. I know it's something I'm like forgetting too. That's like at the tip of my tongue. Pause.
Like you said, I'm gonna look back on this show and be like, damn, I should have said
What's that Nas?
that.
Oh, you know what? I think for impact because it was very different at the time. Um what was it? The The Problem versus the Hustler from Cass.
Woo, that was a dope one. Yes. Problem versus the
I know you know
Hustler.
what that I'm talking about, Jay. I'm sorry.
It was Cassidy Barr's album. Oh no
No,
no no
not
no no.
bars. It was the first one.
I'm a hustler. My bad. My bad.
Split
My
from
bad.
no from Split Personality.
Oh, split personality. My fault. My
Yeah,
fault. My
the
fault.
first one he did.
But them other ones too, when he was battling himself, was dope too. Though.
Yeah,
Them other ones was
second,
crazy.
yeah, I'm a Hustler one was hard too.
Yeah.
Mm. And then what? I need one more.
You can do an honorable mention if you want to too. So I did.
I mean, yeah, I'll do honorable mention because I'm for sure finna be a little biased and go victory lap.
Can't go wrong with it. Never go wrong.
But I'll think of an honorable mention because I know I'm being biased on that one.
That's not biased at all, though. I ain't realize that.
It's like you trying to think of like all the message wasn't the intro, right? That was the second song, I think.
The message was the second song.
Yeah.
Off of
So
it was written.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a.
So that split don't count.
I don't know. To be honest with you,
You said intro, nigga. I ain't gonna
but
try to bend the rules.
but hold on. Like let's be 100 here. Like he really didn't rap on the intro though.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't want to bend the
Yeah,
rules. You said
but the
intro.
I mean, baby,
So it gotta be
it's
track
your
one.
it's your it's your it's your it's your it's your
Uh I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm probably beating myself up later. Something I forgot. It always happens like that.
especially when you watch it, be like, damn, I just said that.
Yeah. Or like I know like that is one of my top five, but for some reason it just slipped my mind at that moment.
This is
And
why I
Jay's
love
struggling over there.
Because I feel like
you.
I don't know. I feel like I can't name. Well, I don't say I can't, but it's just like I'm really trying to
Trying to
think.
think of enough projects that
Yeah, like I'm thinking like,
yeah.
okay, this project had I don't know if I can
We listen and we don't judge.
hear.
We listen and we don't judge.
I didn't already judge the hell out this
I
nigga,
know,
so I
me
can't
too,
say
but
that.
this my dude, dog.
I don't know, man. That's a tough question.
And there's so many intros we didn't name, but like those are my favorites. Like all for it though.
Yeah, I don't think I can answer that question. Only one I can really think of that I know you're not gonna like is the Dark Sky Paradise.
That intro was cold. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but top five is
But these are your top five though.
Paradise is the very first song on there.
no. I'm just naming. I'm not gonna say it's the first.
It's not the first song.
No, is that the intro?
Yeah,
That this should
yeah.
take a lot to
What's
make
that?
you rich. I'm addicted to a lot of. Oh no, that's not it.
That's not
It was the other one.
you rap in Paradise.
What was that? I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. I know what you're
it's
talking about.
called Dark Sky Scribe.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you doing Paradise Extended. I love that song. That's
I wish that would have been the intro.
Is that the one where he was like,
it started
and
off a little bit too slow
and
for
they
it.
tried to say it happened for me overnight. Spit, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it took a couple of nights for me with an overnight success. But you know, we're going back to back to back to back to back to back,
Mhm.
platinum plaques. Oh nope,
Exactly.
yeah, all
Yeah,
right, yeah.
Dark
He did kind of
Skyscraper.
snap on that.
That's Big
Yeah,
Sean's
he
best
did.
album. Just to clarify that, cool. I just wanted to say,
100%.
What, Dark Sky Paradise?
yeah,
I said it wasn't an argument the other day.
Yeah.
I feel like I would love to say it's a classic because it got a lot of hits on there. If we're being honest with you,
It do.
in retrospect, it's like
It
one of
do.
the best albums of all
I'm not
time.
going. I'm not gonna say
It
classic, but that
It's
is his best album.
got a lot of. It got Blessings by Drake. I don't F with you with E40. I hate E40 by the way. I'm sorry I had to say that. Um, it's a lot of classics in there. I'm sorry, I cannot. I think I told you this, JC. I will never be able to get over E40's voice. It just sounds like he's.
40 is. I mean, 40's an acquired taste. So I guess.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta. Like him, like him.
Biggie called 40 trash, so, even though he took it back.
Somebody else called him
He
trash
had
too.
to take
I
that
watched
back. He
Pulled
had
up
to.
on that nigga.
Let that man go. If
Nigga
y'all don't
said,
know the story,
I love Sprinkle Me Duke.
oh my
I think
goodness,
it was
man.
40
40,
though.
Oh,
40.
you know it's a cold intro? I ain't gonna say top 5 though, but Beg for Mercy.
Oh my God, that intro was cold too. Not gonna lie, Luda has some cold intros too, though. Release Therapy intro was nice. He spit a little bit on that one in the Theater of the Mind. Them intros was nice too. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say no top 5. He was spitting on the intro. He had a couple intros. Southern Fried intro was cool too. Keep getting Luda had
I
some.
think Theater of a Mind is probably his most underrated album.
I definitely agree.
Cause
He had
that was
some
the
good.
album where he's like wasn't playing and was just like, nigga, I really know how to rap. And I feel like
Exactly.
niggas just glossed right over that album. That's crazy.
Man, if we do an underrated show, we're gonna be here a long time.
You ain't never lied.
So you might want to clear your day for that one.
I like it to do that conversation.
Yeah, y'all might want to clear your calendars for that one because I got a whole lot to say with the whole underrated.
Man.
So you ain't got nothing, do you?
Man, if we talk about favorites now, I'm not the biggest fan of the album, but Champagne Poetry, I always feel like it was a pretty good intro. I always rock with that intro with Drake.
Champagne Poetry. Was that Scorpion?
That was Certified Lover Boy.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
See, I didn't really rock with that album, but that was a tough song.
I actually like that album.
It's
You didn't like Scorpion? You said? Is that what you just said?
You said what?
You didn't like Scorpion?
No, I said no. Certified
He
Lover
said
Boy.
CLB. He didn't like.
Yeah, not that.
Oh,
It depends on like what mood.
I was about to
Who's
get
in my
you.
car? What
I
mood
was
am I
about
in?
to get you again.
That's not one of those. I'm gonna just sit down like listen to front from back.
Now CLB to me, I think people. I don't know. I get why it probably didn't resonate the same as his usual
Hey,
albums, but I like CLB. The
not
only
to
album I heard from Drake where I was like, "This album is trash," was the last one he did. Was that
what
All
the
Them
little R&B.
Dogs?
For my dogs.
Yeah, that's what was trash.
I think I only
I think
like
it was
one
cool.
song on there.
It was. I think it was more so mid than trash,
That
honestly.
album was trash. At least for
I'm
my,
listening
I'm sorry, for my standard of Drake and
As a
what I
Drake
would
fan,
expect from
yeah,
him, and what I've grown to know from so far gone to now.
yeah.
That was well below his standard. So for somebody else, like if that was another rapper, maybe I'd have been like, yeah, that album was whatever. It was cool. It
I
was
get,
mid.
yeah.
But for Drake, that's trash for your standards. Because I hold you to a higher bar with
Because
albums.
for me and JC as true Drake fans, I'm like, hell nah.
Yeah,
Tupac
he
was
could
That
trash
he could
for some
and
reason.
then it's his fault
wait,
too, Jay, because he's the one that kept saying leading up to that album, this gonna be that old feeling again. This is that old heartbreak drizzy. He was
I
the one
fucks
that
with it.
kept saying that leading up to that album.
Yeah.
And then came with that bullshit.
What was you saying, Jay Will?
I didn't think he was a Drake fan for some reason.
What? Did you not just hear me say from
If
every
I
verse
feel
from
like
Yeah, that's what I was like when you said
It's
that.
like,
any true hip hop head, bro, you mess with
you
certain
gotta
versions
like
of Drake.
you
Like
gotta let
That's
that.
what I was gonna.
people can try to front all they want to. Like Drake was when he first came in the game, he was a rapper. He was known as a rapper. Niggas was calling him the golden child. Some niggas was saying the next Jay. Like then Jay took him on tour. Like I remember all of that shit, bro. Like then all of a sudden it became cool to hate on Drake because it's like they build you up to tear you down type of thing.
All right, let me ask you this, my brother. Then we gonna get up out of here. Since we talking about intros, right?
Hmm.
Lust for Life, Fireworks, Over My Dead Body, Tuscan Leather, my favorite, Legend, my other favorite, Keep the Family Close,
Hey,
Free Smoke, and Survival. Rank those intros from
God
knowledge.
damn,
Yes,
that's a lot.
I was gonna say.
Um,
JC probably like, F this nigga cool.
uh, uh, That's a good question.
You lucky ain't throw
Um,
Digital Dash up in there, but that was him in Future.
I really don't care about digital
Yeah,
dash.
that shit was. That shit.
Um, so Tuscan obviously is number one.
Tuscan.
Whew, this is probably the hardest part. This is the
Tuscan
hardest
definitely.
part by far.
Tuscan definitely not him.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's a tie, bro, between Lust for Life and Over My Dead Body. I can't pick one or the other for that one.
I can't either.
Um, and then what else you say? Basically all his intros, right?
Pretty much all.
Um,
So you would say, like you should say, you said Tuscan Families first. Lust for Life and Over My Dead Body's pretty much tied.
yeah.
Let's
And then what I
see.
got out of poetry and
Legend. You got Legend.
legend.
Keep the Family Close. Free Smoke and Survival.
You missed out a couple, but
Huh?
What
you
do you
missed out a
miss?
couple, but it's cool.
You said I what?
What
You missed out. If you're going off like just the albums, you missed a couple, but it's
I
not.
mean,
what's a couple though?
I can't throw poetry in there. It was like I said, it was cool, and I'm definitely not throwing nothing from the for all my
Yeah,
dogs
you
in
ain't got
there. Hell no. Fuck
Oh,
that.
yeah, nah.
I just did like from like Scorpion to pretty much down, like more
yeah, I get
like
Okay. Scorpion
views.
down. Okay.
Yeah, for pretty like if you're reading this, that's like one of my
Keep My Family Close is kind of a hard one too, because there wasn't really that much rapping on there, but I love that
yeah.
song. Um, I would say Free Smoke.
I definitely love this game.
Um, and then what I got left? Survival.
Survival and did
fireworks.
you pick Legend somewhere?
No. So Survival, Legend, and what?
Fireworks? Did you say fireworks?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I was
Fireworks.
about to
Oh
say you
my
forgot fireworks. Yeah,
gosh.
you forgot fireworks.
Um, Fireworks is third
Fireworks is
for
third.
sure,
So,
or fourth, however you look at it. But yeah, Fireworks is after Lust for Life and
yeah, that's true.
Over My Dead Body. Then we go Free Smoke. Uh, and the Survival was the Scorpion intro.
Survival was Scorpion. Yeah.
uh,
I mean, that if you want to look, that was what 2 discs, right? I just look at it as Survival was the
No,
intro to that
Survival. It
one.
was Survival.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I just looked it up. Yeah,
Mhm.
Um, then I'll go Keep My Family Close. Survival, and then Legend.
dang, you got Legend last.
I'm not a like I wasn't a big fan of that album either. Like later on, a lot of those songs I started effing with, but that
Yeah.
was not a typical. To be honest, that's not even a Drake album.
Yeah, it's
He
just it was just
clarified that that was
something.
a mixtape,
It was just something for him to do.
but
Uh,
yeah,
so this is tough. Yeah, I don't like. Could we be giving hard questions, man? So yeah, I agree. I think Tuscan Leather is the obvious one. Um, Over My Dead Body, I feel like I'm gonna have to put that at two. For some reason I love Legend. That's why I was kind of surprised that you had it at the bottom, even though I know you said you didn't like.
everybody. I think everybody loves that album in general more than I do. I don't. I really didn't care for that project like that as a
Yeah.
Drake fan.
And
I'm
like
a,
and to be honest with you, I don't mean to cut you off, Jay. Will. I only like the song where he talking to his mama because I feel like I'm talking to my mama too. Like,
Yeah.
and at that point, I was going through shit in my life. Like, mom, I hate these niggas, and that's like I
Now
felt that track.
he has some
Yeah, he
cuts
had
on
some
there for
shit
sure.
on there, but yeah,
My favorite or I ain't gonna say my favorite, but one of his top AM PM tracks
yeah,
was on there. I got like if you was to ask me about the AM PM
that's what
thing, 6 p.m. is I would say it's fighting for first with 5 a.m. So
I say it is
he got
first.
some cuts on there.
oh yeah, so, but go ahead, Jay. Will. My bad, my bad.
No, you get. So I said Legend third.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put fireworks fourth. I am gonna slide in champagne poetry at fifth, even though you didn't say that. That's okay. 'Cause I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm sorry. Um,
If he can bend the rules, JC,
actually, you know
you can
what?
too.
Swap that. I'm gonna put keep my family close at 5, and then I'm gonna put
Have you
champagne.
ever even heard Lust for Life?
No, I have not. Isn't that like a mixtape, like off a mixtape?
Nigga, that's the mixtape that changed his life. What you talking about? There is no Drake without that mixtape,
No,
nigga.
I've never listened to Lust for Life.
That was that mixtape modeled
Yes. The
what
game.
mixtapes are now. That's why people take mixtapes serious. Is like they treat it damn near like an album because it's so far gone.
Oh, so far
Because
gone.
So Far Gone sounded like an effing album.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
I don't know how much I probably looked even back at that album. I may need to really
Is
actually.
anything I'm doing
I mean, he
brand
re-released it,
new?
so you can go to your
I
little
know it's on
Spotify
Apple Music.
Kid playlist.
Apple Music, man.
He
No.
got it on there for y'all.
That's
If
crazy.
the hits that you
Uh,
probably would know was like best I ever had,
but you,
successful.
I came up in the I don't want to say corny Drake era, but that's when he was more so like just looking for the next hit type deal, you know. Because I didn't really come up. I think that was another thing too. Because I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a Drake hater because of that. I didn't grow up with rapping Drake. I grew up with singing like you
Word,
did.
word, 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 word.
Yeah. And when I started paying attention, that's when that was the Drake I was listening.
Nigga, man.
But just to me, it's stupid because the first Drake song I remember listening to was No New Friends. But um, what am I missing anything? Survival. Yeah, that's didn't care for that.
Keep the family close.
No, I said that was like fifth. I
Yeah.
put that, and
Oh,
I put
okay.
Champagne at six. Am I?
I think I think I think out of all his albums, I think Views probably aged the best.
Hughes definitely is.
Like as far as like I went back and I was like, oh my gosh, this album was way better than I felt at the time. And I liked it at the time, but like that as far as like aging like wine, I would say Views in general.
Yeah, Winston
That
Hill's
was a great
flow.
album.
Winston Hill's flow is like, psh,
Oh
wow.
yeah.
Mm,
I was on that immediately.
I feel like most
mm,
Drake stuff has
man.
kind of aged
It's
like.
Western Road
To
flows.
be honest with
My
you,
fault, bro.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
He
I just
good.
mostly it's like older. I feel like all of them kind of age well though. But I know what you mean, but
Yeah, I'm just saying, out of all of them, I think that one aged the best. Not like it sounds
oh
the
okay.
best, but like as far as versus when it came out
Mhm.
to if I listen to it now.
Dang, you don't mess with For All the Dogs. Did you listen to the deluxe off that For All the Dogs? Like with Red Button, like when he's kind of like talking his.
Hmm.
Did you
I
like that?
did.
The EP? Yeah,
You want me to get into that?
I mean,
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right.
We ain't got time.
All right, let me try to be quick, bro. What I didn't like was we didn't like the album, right? We said the album was trash. Drake
Mhm.
crashed out because we didn't like the album. Even Drake, real Drake fans didn't like the album, right? So what he does is, all right, well, let me go do a deluxe and just do a whole boring rap for 3 or 4 minutes on 6 songs because these niggas don't like the album. Nigga, that's not what we asked, and that's not what we're saying. We're not saying, oh, just rap all day. Like, nigga, the album wasn't good. You didn't put the same sonic energy as you did in your other albums. You got plenty of songs where you singing slash rapping, and it was great music. Like,
Mhm.
you also got nice songs where you rapping for 3 or 4 minutes straight and it was hard. It's just it wasn't about whether you rapping or not rapping. It was just the album wasn't good, nigga.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt about it. Now I did like a couple of them, like stories of my brothers about my brothers. I f with that. The
Yeah.
one with J. Cole, I f with that. But yeah, just to keep it quick, because Coop said we ain't got time.
I ain't speaking on that. Ain't nothing I can talk about that,
Hey,
man.
that
Man,
was what I saw.
I mess with it, man.
I feel that same way like I felt about Dark Lane demo tapes.
Dark Lane was better than that sweet.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I
If
had
you
to
ask
like.
me.
I'm glad you asked me these questions, Jay. Man. I'm glad you're learning.
Like I said, we don't got to be on the show for it either, bro. I'm happy. This is
Yeah.
me all day, every day, bro. Like
And
I'm
that's what I was going to ask.
learning
Because
with.
Coop, I don't know if you're about to like wrap up the podcast,
Mm.
but if you are, I want y'all to give me some homework. Okay, homework. Okay,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I want you both to give me one album that you think I should listen to, and then whenever we come back, or I listen to it and I talk to y'all, I give y'all like my thoughts on that album.
Oh,
Doesn't
so
matter from who.
rate the album.
I guess kind of like yeah.
Doesn't matter from who though, or like what
No,
era.
don't matter from who.
So
Aside from
you gonna listen to two albums?
yeah,
Okay. JC, go first.
Um, I mean, have you ever heard Blueprint?
have I heard what?
Blueprint, the first one.
Well, that's too. I feel like everybody's heard Blueprint.
Have you heard it
I'd be
though?
surprised. You didn't know who
I've
Jwilliii
heard
was,
it.
nigga.
I
I don't
probably
know.
heard like
I don't know what you. That's what
He's
you talking
asking.
about.
He's asking.
I've,
Have you heard it? You didn't answer the
Have
question.
I've
you
heard
ever
a
heard
couple.
the album
I heard it a
Blueprint?
couple of times because I wanted to see what the Jay Z hype was about, and I wasn't really a really big Jay Z fan.
Okay. So any album after that, you probably heard from Jay Z. Then
I'm not even gonna say that either because the Blueprint I feel like was his biggest.
have you heard?
Why she bring him down?
Like this in my
I
notes.
kind of want to stay away from like a newer Jay Z.
Yeah, don't say no 444.
Nah, I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking like American
I'm
Gangster,
not done.
but I was like, I kind of want to stay away from that though, because that's
Ain't
kind of
nobody left.
cheating. That's still kind of modern in the way, you know what I mean? Like even though it's 2007. Um, who's somebody you think you'd be like curious of like, you
Honestly,
know, what the
your
hype
boy,
is about or something?
your boy Nipsey, I've never heard a project from.
Oh,
That's
that's a
what I
good
thought he was
one.
gonna
But
into.
I don't know. Are you
Nipsey,
really ready
that's
for that?
easy. I always give people the same album or not album, but the same project. And if they like it, I tell them come back. I'll run you some more songs. Um, if you don't, probably won't rock with them like that.
Mm.
So, if you're asking for Nipsey, Mailbox Money.
I was gonna say Mailbox Money. I gotta say somebody else. Um. All right, Jay. Well, I'm gonna go old school on you. I want you to Cool G Rap 456.
You said what?
Come on, cool. Why you gotta go that far back with it?
Oh, okay.
No,
God.
I listen to anything. I feel like music.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, make it
That's
a little more. You could save
modern.
that
I
one.
got you. Modern. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
at least like mid, late 90, early 1000. You know what I'm saying? Something in that. Because I didn't want to go too new, but I didn't want to go too old either. You know what I mean? Like,
Dang.
but he asked for Nipsey. That's the only reason I said Mailbox.
So you asked for Nip. Okay. Mm, Jadakiss Kiss of Death.
Jadakiss, okay.
That's
Kiss
a
of
good one.
Death. How many albums you want? That's the real question.
You
You
said
want
one.
Hey,
just one? Okay.
I'm always looking for new music. So I mean, if you even have like
First
some
of all, let me ask y'all something. What days are y'all free? Are y'all free like around this time on a Friday night to do something like this?
My schedule be all over the place. You just kind of
Oh,
ask me
so
as we
I
go.
don't have my other job anymore where I was like working night shifts and stuff like that. So I'm
okay.
technically free from like any time past 3 p.m. my time.
Okay. So on the Friday, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get me back here next Friday. I'll be free.
Sounds
And
good.
you got your homework. Like I
It'll
said,
be a day after, and it'll be a day after December 4th.
Jay's birthday. I should have gave you a whole. Okay.
No, I did.
Yeah.
From what it sounded like, he heard most of Jay's album. That's why I left it alone.
So you heard like most of his albums before?
If he said he heard
I wouldn't
Blueprint,
say
you had to
most,
have heard
but I
Black Album.
definitely
You had, yeah, I was about to say you gotta have heard the Black album before.
I don't think I have. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, well that could be,
That's your bonus homework then
yeah,
for the
that could be the
extra
That's
bonus.
credit.
all.
Listen to Black Album.
So you got Mailbox Money, FUJC. I was definitely about to say Mailbox Money. Uh, Kiss of Death.
No, but
Like I said,
that's anytime somebody asks me to put them
yeah,
on Nip,
me too. I
that's the
definitely.
mixtape. It's not my favorite Nip mixtape, but I feel like it's a good start
It's a good
of
start.
like listen to Mailbox Money. Because to me, that was like the middle balance of
Yes.
like when he was going away
Mhm.
from full blown gang banging
Mhm.
and going into full blown motivational, but still found his sound to mesh. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think that's a great start.
So you got Black Album, Kiss of Death, and
Mailbox money
Mailbox
and kiss
Money.
of death. Yeah.
Yep. So
All right.
And we'll see you next Friday.
I'm
Good
looking
stuff.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, man. And you
Especially
had
Jay Z. Jay Z's been a person that I've kind of always been up and down toward. So I'm hoping
pause, pause,
Pause.
pause, pause.
we
Um,
was doing so.
so you're gonna I'm gonna give you also during the week expect a text from me. I want you to rate these albums, and I'm gonna give you like something to rate it off of, if that
Okay,
makes sense. So we will see you next Friday, gentlemen. I appreciate you. I might see you Tuesday. I don't know what they still gonna do with this surgery. So hold
Okay.
on. Matter of fact, let me see. All right, y'all. This has been the show. We about to talk a little bit off camera, then I gotta go. So like, comment, subscribe to All Grind, to J Will, wherever he I got his
J Will
Instagram,
Sports.
J
Follow
Will
your boy.
Sports. Follow him. And y'all know the Honorable Family is back and we gonna keep rocking. So peace, love, and all that great shit.